Hello, and welcome, one and all, to Scales of War. Matt will be with us when he gets here. But for now, what happened last time? I sure don't remember.
I kind of want to read the poem, but I'm not going to.
We came home. And
Oh, I love that.
That is a big jump.
You skipped over a little bit.
You skipped an hour of session there.
Did I?
Yeah. So we started off by having a short rest on the coastal rocks, and then we went to the observatory. Gosh. Remember that bit?
Yeah, we saw some kobolds. Some of them were painting themselves blue.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them had wings. One of them had fake wings. Mm-hmm. And the bridge was out. But we found that there was like something missing in the gargoyle statue that maybe if you put the missing piece in, it would generate a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe.
Important to note, the dragon was also there.
Yeah, blue dragon asleep.
Glossed over, yeah. The kobolds were
Not to
there,
be
the
forgotten.
bridge was not.
Well,
but the
we
dragon...
knew he was there.
And also we discovered that he was in the room. Later on we discovered that that room is the room where the library would be.
With statues.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's got statues.
Four
it's
statues.
got some kind of secret entrance to a hidden library. And Nova scouted this out quickly to keep you guys safe.
Specifically, the towers say to the four scholars, point your eyes towards the dragon's light.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, then we went home, inverted commas.
Then we went home,
sweet home.
And we had a celebratory dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And there were food and drinks and cakes. There was water that had been blessed.
You did bless water, that is true.
Water, yep. Some folks.
We had a heroic-ish feast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a chat about Morthos' pact.
Yes.
That was a great conversation.
And he was. It was very strange. He wasn't really.
He was very
answering our
forthcoming and
questions.
completely vague as fuck.
Yeah, basically, he's in a deal with a divine being, but he was kind of forced into it.
Yeah.
And his patron's an arsehole. And his familiar was a gift.
Yeah, like a fuck you for Christmas, his gift is a curse. He was,
Patron.
I love that.
Eminem's, it's an Eminem line.
Yes.
I didn't write it. Fear not.
And
I was like, wow.
We found out the leader of the Blue Kobolds was Mila's brother, Meek. Renara gave us the Moonstone Key. But said she preferred we seek out Adron, and Peverell completely abused Varnoth's speaking skills.
And let's not
Sassuro-
forget everybody's meetings with Galvin.
Yes, we had 3 individual meetings to govern. I got mage armor.
And
Yes.
Sassuro was very pointed towards the other kobolds dining with us. It was very. He spoke in a manner that was very us v them, upstairs v downstairs kind of thing. He was very
He
like,
was
you know,
really-
The words you're
really
looking for are
kobolds.
good versus evil.
I don't know.
He was setting a good
Upstairs
example at the
versus
dinner
downstairs.
table.
Exactly. He was teaching them how to behave, and he was using his fork properly because he's very proud that he's learned.
No, but when he was talking, he was talking very pointedly about them as if they weren't there.
They should stay. No. He looked around at each one of them, met them in the eye, and said, "Be loyal, bitch."
It didn't feel that way. Maybe I'm misremembering, but it
no,
didn't
you're right.
feel
It was.
that way.
He just wants them to follow the good vibes.
Yeah. So you guys learned a bit more about each other, just some other things that you learned briefly. Nikari's from not this plane.
Oh yeah, she's from.
The food was shit.
Not impressed with the food on the material plane. Sassuro had a brother.
A brother and 3 sisters. But did I mention the sisters? Maybe I didn't. Sassuro had a brother.
No.
That is true.
Yes.
Let's leave it at that.
And
Spoiler alert, he has 3 sisters.
and Peverell and Morthos are old acquaintances and had kind of a vague conversation at each other about what are you doing here? And what are you doing here?
Yeah, my own business. What are you doing here? My own business. Very well.
Yeah, so after being secretive, some folks, split off. Sassuro had a little wizard chat with Galvin, and you guys were pretty much free to take your long rest.
I've got it down that we actually did long rest because the following morning I cast Mage Armor and then Arcane recovered it over an hour.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
fine. That can all be canonical. But really briefly, we're gonna actually jump back to the middle of your long rest.
Ooh.
'Cause I have a quick question. This doesn't apply to Nikari so much, but how heavy of sleepers are you guys?
Ooh.
Peverell, Sassuro.
I have to now try and think in
Can I DM you my response?
Sure. Wow.
To be secretive about.
This is
I've got to think now, because if I ever die and pick one of my siblings to take his place, I need to keep him different from his siblings.
Okay.
I think. Let me pull up his siblings.
Which sibling is the heavy sleeper?
He's definitely not the heaviest.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Somewhere in the middle.
Eladrin do the 4-hour thing? Is that why it doesn't apply so much to Nikari?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Yes,
I don't.
Nikari trances.
I don't know. Is it 4 hours? I do trance. I just don't know if
Trance
all
is 4
trances
hours,
are 4
yes.
hours.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
true. I don't know about all trances, but certainly the traditional Elven one is. Sorry, Josh. Didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay. I think he's the kind of person that once he's up, he's awake. Like once he's awake, he's up and about and doing things. He probably gets up around 9:30, so pretty average, probably sleeper. Not too heavy, not too light. He's
Okay,
just
Just right, like a baby bear.
exactly.
Or Goldilocks.
Yeah, the way Goldilocks likes everything, just right. Right down the
Exactly.
center.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that night, from within the middle of your trance, Nikari, you are obviously not fully asleep like everyone else, so you are the first to be aware of this. Your ears kind of twitch as there is a bit of a movement and commotion outside. You know the kobolds are nocturnal, so they've been, going about their business, doing their day-to-day things, whatever. But it seems like they are suddenly, excitedly, you hear like they're excited chattering in Draconic, and then the very quick little tap 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 of their little feet running across the stone. You hear like the sounds of something dropping, a high-pitched yelp for a second, and you hear, look, it's real! It's really here! And I think once this commotion starts getting a bit more
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be snapping my eyes open and walking to peek out.
I think Matt said he's a light sleeper as well. In the channel.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah. So, Nikari, you see first, and the others you start to stir a little bit. But Nikari, you see just as you peek out of your room, the stars are, unusually bright and beautiful tonight. And you see the kobolds are kind of rushing up the ridge up near the temple at the very top of the little slope that goes up Dragon's Rest, and you see they are gathered there, pointing up at the sky, just staring with these huge unblinking eyes. Ooh,
And I overhear you said some of them were talking in Draconic. Do I make out any of the words? As I
Oh, you
have
speak
learned
Draconic?
Draconic at level 2, yeah.
Well. Then yes, you hear very overlapping dialogue, but it's you can definitely tell that there's excitement, like what you heard before, like, oh, look, it's here. Wow, the Galvin was right. The famous dragon comet is real. And look, it's here. I thought he was just making up stories again. And yeah, at this point, the rest of you would be awoken by this kind of commotion from the kobolds running up.
Do I know anything
Sassuro,
about
I think
dragon
you're
comet?
especially Give me a history or arcana check.
I'll take the
Sassuro,
arcana.
I think.
Good expertise. Well, I got a nat 20 before the session, and I got a 2 this time for an 11.
I think that's still... It was... Sassuro's a big reader, especially about dragons, I think.
Yep.
So I think even with an 11, you would have heard about this, because it was kind of a big deal. A comet, you don't remember the specifics, but you remember just reading about this comet that would periodically return to this world. And every time it did, it had an effect on dragons. It did something. It was in some way connected to dragons. You're not remembering like the specifics, but you definitely remember something about a dragon comet. Yep.
I'll go out and head up as quietly and stealthily as possible.
Okay.
I assume we're probably just going to move up as a party, because I'm going to keep an eye out for Galvin as well to see if he's popped out to look.
Give me a perception check, Nikari.
Ooh, natural 20 for a 26.
Wow. Just briefly scanning, this does seem like the kind of thing Galvin would be very interested in. You don't see him. You know which room is his, and you don't see like any movement there or anything. It doesn't look like he's got a light on in there or anything. Yeah, no sign of him at the moment. And you also see it's dark in the the library, so it doesn't look like he's in there either.
Can I knock on the door that says?
Absolutely, you can.
He's dead.
There is no response.
Somebody would have wanted to see this.
Maybe he's already up there.
Maybe.
With all the commotion, I'm gonna come running out, fully dressed, with my armor under my robes, staff in hand. What's going on?
Peverell's ready for action.
That. I would just point.
Yeah, and there, when Nikari points, there it is. You all see it. A pale red, ghostly streak is kind of just arcing across the sky. You can see it is not a shooting star. It's bigger. It's just kind of sitting there in the sky. Yet it looks still and yet in motion at the same time. It's got this reddish trail across the sky, almost like the scratch of a claw, drawing this red blood. But it's definitely got this reddish hue to it.
Beautiful art.
Oh, thank you.
Compliments are due. It's nice art. Yes, it was.
And yeah, that is what you see. You see the kobolds are just staring up excitedly. Mila's kind of taking notes in her journal. You see another one of them is like trying to sketch an image of the comet in the dirt, making like wild guesses of what it is.
You will also
another.
Go on, Josh. Or Mikayla, either one of you.
Oh, I was just gonna say another kobold says that they. I know, huh? Another one just says that they feel like their scales are buzzing.
Ooh.
And when they say that, Sassuro, you feel a tiny bit too, just like a slight tingle. You just kind of like, yeah, you're not sure.
Cool.
What was it, Peverell?
I was gonna say, is it? Obviously, it's not so close to us, but is it relatively close enough that we could see like the trajectory of where it could land?
This comet, just like, I'm trying to think of what you can't tell. It doesn't look like it's going to land anywhere.
Oh, okay.
And I'll say, like, with Sassuro's check before, you know that this particular comet, like, periodically comes around, like, revolves the planet for a while, and then...
okay, so it's just passing.
Exactly. So, it passes by for a while, and then, just leaves the orbit for however many years.
As you look over, you'll see Sassuro sort of putting his fingers, paws, hands, fingers. I'm going to go with fingers. I'm happy with fingers. Together. And you'll see a sort of, just like a maybe 6 or 8 inch version of the comet in his, sort of,
Cute.
so he's created a minor illusion of it. And then, like, this is really weird because obviously he created the illusion, so he knows what it looks like on the other side, but he's still sort of inspecting from the other side and then recasting it a bit, trying to, like, get a perfect version of it to, like, really take it in. He's looking up, he's comparing. You would assume that if he can get it really, really good, he might then later record an image of it or some sort into a book or something. He's not very good, like, with colors and stuff. He's good with writing, but not with drawing and painting. So his illusion is his way of, like, really, if he can keep casting that a few times, he'll lock it into memory, if you will.
Sassuro, is this comet important to your people?
Not so much my people. Well, maybe a little bit. It's dragons. Whilst we're related to dragons in some ways, we're not dragons. I don't know, maybe the Dragonborn feel a closer connection to it? It's just, well, like that one said. I'm sure I'd know that one's name. Or maybe I wouldn't, to be fair.
I don't think you've asked me the Kobold's
no,
name.
I haven't chatted. I might have. I didn't know how much we heard them talking to each other at dinner and stuff. But I'll say like that.
They probably like all introduced themselves when you first got there, all at the same time, so it was hard to keep track.
Great, love that. So I'll say like that one said. I do feel a little bit of a tingling, but I don't think it's meant for me, really. It's just a distant connection.
What do you mean?
In my scales, it's a little bit of a ticklish feeling. As if there's magic shimmering in the air. I think, unless that's completely wrong, Mikayla. Please feel free to tell me that I'm chatting off my ass.
No, that feels good.
Okay.
Yeah, when you start talking and doing this illusion, Myla, the kobold, will come over and kind of look at what you're working on and say, "Do you know what that comet is? It's kind of an amazing omen."
Sassuro looks a little doubtful. Like, it's not that he doesn't believe she knows what it is, but he believes that what the others might perceive as amazing is maybe not fortuitous. You know, he's hoping that she's going to say something about, like, metallic dragons or goodly dragons, but he's kind of expecting her to just say dragons, right? And lots of dragons are not good, and lots of dragon kind are not good. So he sort of looks at her and says, I don't know a little bit about it, but not that much.
Well,
What's the omen?
You know, Galvin first told me about it. This is why he's here on the island. He wanted to see this thing at the observatory, especially. But
why is he not here? Oh, I'll hold that question till you finish your sentence.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. He goes into the woods sometimes. He's weird. But this, she points up at it. This star or comet. It has a name. It's called flipping through her notebook really quickly. Right, here it is. Listen to this. The King Killer Star. And when she says that name, Sassuro, give me another Arcana check with advantage.
Is she speaking in Draconic?
No, she'll speak
I
common
would have
because you
spoken
guys
to
are
her
here
in
too.
common.
Okay.
26. I don't know why I muted myself to tell you that. 26.
Yeah, so when she says the name, it immediately clicks. You definitely have heard about this comet. It's quite famous, and Sassuro's instincts were correct. It is not, or at least it was not, a good omen. The name originated... Well, hold on. Let me actually step back. The King Killer Star was tied to this effect that every time this comet appeared in the sky, dragons would just go insane. Good and evil. Metallic or chromatic, over time, they would just lose their minds and
All dragons
start
or some?
rampaging. All with enough time. It was called the Draco Rage Mythol. That's the name of the magic effect attached to this star. And you know that the name, the King Killer Star, comes from a famous gold dragon named King Ortrian. He witnessed the comet and entered into this rage and suddenly attacked his own subjects who were forced to kill him in self-defense. You remember reading the king's dying words, "The Red Star murdered me." But that effect was ended many, many, many years ago, so the star doesn't do that anymore. But yeah, for a long time, this comet appearing in the sky was bad news for pretty much everyone.
So you're saying that maybe the last time this comet appeared, dragons didn't go insane?
It was, maybe 1,000 years ago.
The last time it appeared in the sky? Or
the last time
the
rage happened, yeah. So the magical effect was broken. The star has appeared since then, and it hasn't caused it.
Do we know what the cause of the end of the effect was?
Give me this one would be a history check, I think.
Slap bang average. Rolled a 10 plus 7. 17.
Yeah. You aren't sure about the details. You just remember reading that a force of dragons and heroes. You aren't sure of the details. It's kind of fuzzy, but you know that a force of basically adventurers ended it.
Cool. That was a hell of a lot of a lore dump, Mikayla. Can I paste this into Discord and you let me know if I've done something somewhat correct?
Yeah.
Myla, you said Galvin was here for this?
Yeah, I mean, he's been here for a few months, but he knew this star was gonna show. Well, we didn't believe him, but he said this thing was coming soon, and he wanted to be here. He wanted to get into the observatory to get a good look at it when it appeared.
Are we within 120 feet of his room?
Yeah, I would say so.
I will point my finger at his room and send a message. Say, Galvin, are you here? Are you awake? You should be awake.
Your cantrip, your message, you feel it does not connect.
I'll turn to Nikari and say, he's not in his room. Myla said sometimes he goes to the woods. The woods are far from here?
He knew this was coming, and he wanted to get to the observatory, and he's not here.
Did he... I'll look to Myla and say, would he have known what night it would arrive?
Well, I think he was maybe hoping to get to the observatory to get the, specific nights. He's just kind of been waiting every night. But, I mean, he's fine. Don't worry about it. He always comes back.
But he's missing the very thing he came for. I look to Nikari and... Do you think he's gone to the observatory?
Pretty boneheaded of him.
That's what scares me, is that possibility. If he thought he could sneak in.
We don't know, but Matt's character very much talked about being able to sneak in without getting seen. So maybe he thought that he could do the same. See what you've done, Morthos?
Yeah,
you killed NPC.
Did have a secret meeting.
Yeah.
Did we end up taking the key, or did we leave it here for when we were going to come back for it?
I believe Morthos has
Morthos
it.
has it in a pocket.
Yeah. Runara gave you that bridge key.
Can Morthos check if he still has that key? Just
Morthos has it still in his pocket.
that's a good sign.
When I looked through his spellbook, did he have any teleportation or flying abilities?
Ooh.
Or, judging by his spellbook, would Sassuro have expected him to be able to get to the observatory without initiating
He
the
certainly had, like, Misty Step. So, you know, if that bridge gap
bridge. I will say to Nikari.
was not...
You might have got across magically. He had some spells for teleporting short distances. Oh, we exchanged spells last night. Tonight. A few hours ago.
Earlier.
Earlier, yeah.
If he has gone, I don't know that he's probably better off by himself.
I looked at Peverell, sort of with pleading eyes. What should we do?
We find him.
Where does he go in the woods? I'll say to... Well, which woods, or at least, are these woods even somewhat nearby? Can we get a sort of an indication of, like, on the island where they might be? That is okay.
I mean, there's just kind of...
Like, did we pass through
Woods
woods on
everywhere?
the way to the observatory?
Yeah, so the island is, like, pretty rocky overall, but there are, like, some areas of, like, trees and wilderness. So, like, along the path to the observatory, you would have seen there were some areas of, like, wild trees and things. And, you know, just, like, looking around, when you were approaching the island, you could see along the other side there were these trees, wooded areas. Or I guess maybe jungle is more correct for the climate here.
Nikari, if he's in the jungle, would you be able to find him?
I mean, I could certainly try. It depends on how good he is at hiding. And you all look exhausted anyway. There's no way we could leave until morning.
Yeah, I will say this is in the middle of your short
What
rest.
about you? I pressed all my long rest already. No, you're very right. I mean, technically, I would still have a spell slot, but Mythal would have everything, but it's Peverell who was probably out of everything.
Mythal.
Morthos. Fucking Jesus!
Why is
She's
here?
everywhere. She's
Why is she
everywhere.
here? Yeah,
Honestly, you
I'll
confused me with the
just-
Draco Rage Mythal is what
I'm
where
sorry,
that
that is
was from.
what I was just typing in the Discord. So the Draco Rage Mythal is like the name of the magical effect, but the actual rage itself was just called the Draco Rage. And I'll put the king's name, how you spelled it.
We might be
Why
worrying
did
over
it
nothing. If he's
taste like
in the
this?
woods observing, then that's where he wanted to be. And if he has gone to the observatory, all of us chomping up there might just alert the dragon to his presence.
That's true. So you're suggesting we finish our rest and see whether he's returned in the morning?
I think
I like that.
that makes the most sense.
I looked at Peverell.
Then we leave at first dawn.
Ooh, wow, I
That's
like that.
Opposed to the second dawn that comes around every now and again.
You know what I mean. Now is no time to be pedantic.
It's always the time to be pedantic, idiot.
That's true.
Yeah, cool. I'll put that in the group notes now. Thank you, Mikayla. And King Ortrian and King whatever the fuck that is are two totally different creatures. I did think King Ortrian was a blue dragon. But yeah, like the
which
way
one
I
did you
spelt
write?
it is a completely different creature. I can't
Oh, is
remember.
it also a dragon? That's funny.
Oh, wrong game, but yes. Cool.
Okay.
Not in D&D. There we go. Just discovered that. Anyway, moving onwards. Yeah. Cool.
All right. You guys are free to go back to bed or hang out with the kobolds more if you want. But
Sorry.
yeah, I'll
Screw
just.
update.
Let- 1 second.
I would like to have a little word with Nikari before I
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Nikari,
Yeah?
I haven't met many elves, and no other Eladrin, but the elves I did meet were really precise and fine, and many of them were artists. I don't suppose by any chance you paint or draw really well, do you?
I can paint.
Wow.
What are the chances of that? Like, full on
That's
got
awesome.
painter supplies and everything?
Yeah.
Um,
awesome.
Well, at least I'm proficient with them.
I will say I have a journal, separate to my spellbook that I keep notes in. If I, at some point when we've got more time, if I did this and I'll redo the minor illusion of the comet, could you maybe paint it into my book?
Sure.
Sassuro sort of awkwardly like goes to hug her legs and then sort of like hesitates just before he does so, and it's like, thank you.
I'll just sort of pat him on the shoulder a little awkwardly.
Yeah, he seems way more excited about that than he should be.
Aw, I love that.
If you think too hard about it, you'll probably realize that he's realized that not only could you paint this comet in, but also anything else he could minor illusion. He's very excited by that prospect.
Genius.
Cool.
Have a beautiful little sketchbook there.
Why does Morthos not have a bedroom? Poor guy.
Because he's not here right now, and I only had 3 free bedrooms, so he gets left out.
What belongs in that room?
That is where the kobolds sleep. You see all the hammocks? They all share a room.
Oh, and that's
And-
that's her warehouse.
Yeah, with all her bullshit.
What's this fucking special guys? Why is he? Oh, more kobolds. I see. There's 2 rooms for them. There's a lot of kobolds.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Bandit's over there too. I don't know what he's doing there.
He was listening in before.
Oh, that's right. It's big nosy.
He's not listening into to Peverell's room. It's with me.
Oh, I love that.
If there's only 3 rooms, I definitely would have said to Morthos that I was happy to.
There
curl
are
up on the
more
corner.
rooms. They're just
Oh, okay,
further
there's-
down and
okay.
not on this map.
Oh, okay, that's absolutely fine. Because I mean, Sassuro would definitely be willing to share a room with anyone. Really, he doesn't. He just needs a pillow. He doesn't need an actual bed.
Oh, that's so cute.
Have
They
you been
do all
more
have a little desk. You could just put that on the pillow on the desk.
Oh no, he'll put it on
Apparently
like.
Morthos
Oh, sorry, go on.
sleeps under the stars often.
Oh, great.
Okay,
And yeah,
good.
he's taking it all in.
He's out there. Yeah, no, Sassuro will literally take even on if he's in like an in room, he'll take the pillow off the bed, he'll put it on the floor, and he'll curl up on it.
Oh my gosh, that's really cute.
That's very cute.
All right then. Sure, let's put 2 guys together. Yeah, so you are able to complete your long rest for real this time and do your mage armor shenanigans and whatever else you want to do. The next morning, the kobolds are starting to retire to their rooms. They've got on these little cloaks, these little hoods, as the sun is coming out, getting in their eyes, and yeah, one by one they are sort of heading back as the other members of the cloister are waking up to begin their day. And coming out of his room, you do in fact see, there he is, Galvin.
Galvin!
The wizard
I do not
himself.
say.
He's going about his business. He looks perfectly fine. Doesn't look like any worse for wear. Doesn't even look like he was trekking through woods or anything. Maybe he, prestidigitationed his robes to be pristine. But yeah,
did
he
have that
looks.
spell.
He looks actually. He's got a little bit of a pep in his step. He's looking kind of chipper as he passes you. Oh, Nikari, good morning. Did you see it? He points up at the sky.
Yes, we did. Did you? We didn't see you.
Oh, I was. He looks a little sheepish. I admit I was not in the best spot when it first became visible. I was. Well, I like to walk around the island sometimes.
Even with
take it in.
potentially dangerous dragons about?
I don't think a dragon would notice me, right? I'm pretty good at not being seen. You know about that, right, Sassuro? He says as you come out. Not being seen when the time is right.
I wouldn't try and
I
hide from a dragon. They have big eyes. and a great sense of
Can I
smell.
insight check him? Like, is he being
Yeah.
fishy? Is he hiding something?
Ah,
Give me an
have you
insight
got any
check.
fish? That is the question.
I think I smell some Tarek's working on something this morning. I was on my way to get breakfast, actually.
Dirty 20.
Galvin does seem very, like, chipper and upbeat. He is definitely not telling you the whole story, though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's just kind of moving on past it very quickly.
Last week, somebody in chat was determined that Galvan was the BBG, and I'm now beginning to agree.
Uh-oh. Pieces are falling into place.
Well, if you're
Well,
going to breakfast, I guess I'll walk with you.
oh,
Maybe we all will.
I'll come on.
please. Let's all go. Together.
Where's Peverell?
Peverell.
Morthos!
Oh, Morthos is
Morthos?
coming. Yeah, well, I would have shouted at him.
Yeah,
Oh, Peverell comes
start
out.
waking everybody
Nice.
up.
Start coming out.
I'll
Morning.
move you guys together.
It's
Look at
first
this.
dawn.
Morning.
What a
Oh, you
beautiful
found
spot.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Galvin actually looks kind of, when Peverell says that, were you all looking for me last night? I'm really sorry. I hope I didn't make you worry. I've been on this island for a while now, so I'm not fully unfamiliar with the wilderness.
We were worried you tried to sneak into the observatory so that you could watch the dragon's comet from the observatory.
Mm.
I just put him on blast. Full out. Sassuro is not going to lie unless you tell him to.
When you say that, Sassuro, he gets like this really, like he was kind of already smiling and just has this like smile frozen on his face. Kind of, you can see he's like getting a little red.
Did you
Well,
actually?
No, I haven't gone in it or close to it or anything, but well, I thought maybe, I don't know, I would be lucky and the dragon would be gone. I know it's dumb, but I've been just
Have you got a way of
periodically
crossing the
checking.
bridge? Have you got one of the pass keys that was locked away? I say very loudly.
No, I haven't gone in at all. I just
How would you go in without the bridge?
exactly. Well, I mean, I could, you know, misty step in. It's
Well, that
30
is
feet,
true.
but I haven't gone in.
Okay.
I wouldn't do anything so reckless. I'm, you know,
I know.
I'm not.
You look
Heroes
pretty
like
reckless
you.
to me. To be fair, you don't. You look like a 17-year-old wizard apprentice. If we're being honest.
A super nerd.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Well, he's gonna go to breakfast. You
Um,
guys can come along if you want.
Morthos asks him if his real name is Adron.
He just. No, I'm not Adrian.
Insight check!
Adron and I have. Go ahead and make an insight check. He says, Adron and I have been in the same room. Other people around here have seen us together. We're not the same person. What is this?
I will stand
15.
very still, and then minor illusion, an image of Sassuro looking at Sassuro, standing very still.
Wow.
We've been in the same room too.
Very clever, Sassuro.
But you didn't have this.
15.
You didn't have minor illusion, so. And you didn't have a silent image.
He didn't have silent image, no. 15, Nikari, he is telling the truth.
He's
he
not
seems
Adron.
genuinely
Very
He
good.
seems genuinely caught off guard by that and is not totally sure how
Sorry,
to respond.
Matt. He's not a dragon. Cool. Breakfast.
Brekkie time.
As we're walking, can I walk by Peverell and just say, Peverell, what's your favorite breakfast?
What an interesting question. I mean, I've not had many different kinds before. But one of the priests of the temple back home, they did a really good scrambled egg with little pieces of ham. And little pieces of little chunks of hot dog sausages.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Sassuro, that sounds really good. Can I ask a question?
Please.
You know how yesterday you asked if the comet affects kobolds like it affects dragons?
Yeah, sure.
Tabaxi and cats related? Like dragons and kobolds?
Very fair question.
I mean, I'm just
Very
curious.
fair.
He's giving you a super innocent, happy smile. Like, yeah, you asked first. Is his logic?
I think that, I mean, I'm no evolutionist, but we probably share some common ancestry down the line, but I think there must have been some split somewhere.
So cats are to Tabaxi like kobolds are to dragons? Smaller, lesser versions?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are some creatures in the world that can shift between one form and another. Perhaps that's where some of these more unusual races came from.
Oh, that's a cool thought. You think that maybe somebody that could shift between human and dragon, a child that was a kobold? I like that
Perhaps.
thought. All of this is to say, there was a cat at the tavern in Icewind Dale that I really liked, and he really liked fish, and I really like fish. Do you really like fish?
Another fair question.
He looks around and he leans in. Well, don't tell the people who are making our food, but I'm not the biggest fan of fish.
If you ever get fish, I'll trade it for anything, apart from cheese. I'll give you.
Oh, I
You can have my
appreciate
carrots
it.
if you have fish.
Oh, well, thank you. I will remember that going forward.
He looks very pleased with himself, and then he just looks over at Nikari. Do you like fish?
I have liked fish.
Oh, you like the really good fish.
Oh yeah.
That fatty
Standards are
tuna.
high. Only the good stuff.
Does everything taste better where you're from?
Everything here tastes empty.
Must make you really sad. Eating's one of my favorite things.
I guess I didn't know what I had.
You'll have to find your joy in other things.
I have some rations that were from there.
If you have a ration from there, and I can try a little tiny bit, then I can use a magic spell to try and make the food taste like that ration for you.
Ooh.
Like I did with the goodberry yesterday at the feast.
But what if you taste it and nothing else tastes good again?
Sassuro sort of looks a bit
Fair.
lost and... Can I think on it? How long will it last?
Depends on how much we need rations.
No, I mean, like, if you never eat that ration, how long will that ration last? That's what I'm intrigued by.
That's a good question. Who knows how long the food lasts across the plains?
Yeah.
Maybe they've already gone bad.
No, your elven food is magic. What is it? What do you think is a ration from? What is a Arvindor ration?
You know she's gonna say Lembas.
Maybe some like dried meats from animals hunted in either Arborea or maybe the Beastlands, because I maybe visited there a little bit to hunt.
Wow. Beastland jerky. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
How fancy.
Mhm. Okay. Well, yeah, you can share your rations.
I'll
No
look to
problem.
Nikari and say, that's a big risk, but maybe we should try first you describing. I'll try casting, and we'll see whether we can work it out, and if not, I'll take the risk. Better that we both sad together. Maybe. He looks very doubtful, and he's just thinking like, I love my fish, I love my cheese. But yeah.
You enjoy food a lot.
I do. A lot. And with that, Sassuro will sort of almost overtake and start moving up in front to get to breakfast.
Sure. You guys get to the dining hall. Smells like some fish is sizzling this morning. Dude, there you go. Put you there. Whoa. Might have broken something by doing that.
Eldora's cooking. That's
crazy
terrifying.
arrows. As you enter, you do hear Beldora's voice kind of coming from there. And Galvin's already seated. You guys are free to take a seat and wait for breakfast to be served.
Mm-hmm.
Tarek shows up, and what's for breakfast? What's a breakfast fish? What are those little salmon things called?
Kippers? That's the traditional breakfast fish. Unless you meant sardines or whitebait.
Sure, it's kippers for breakfast. That's what it is. I'm looking up what kippers are right now.
I've searched up what are little salmon things, and I've got, welcome to Little Salmon. We sell soap bars.
I'm talking about
Kippers are a breakfast fish.
Yeah, okay. We might be talking about this.
The only kipper I know is Kipper the dog.
Who?
It was like a little.
Well, it could have been
It was
smoked
like
salmon, I
in
suppose. That's a very
kids'
breakfast fish.
Smoked
but,
salmon, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
smoked salmon,
Smoked
kippers,
salmon.
mackerel and haddock, traditional breakfast fish with eggs,
Yes.
avocado, or... I don't know what the or is. I'm not
Yes,
opening
exactly that.
Here's Kipper the
got some-
dog.
Yeah, I know who Kipper the dog is, but...
Oh,
No, but Mikayla didn't.
I never heard of him, but
No,
he's
I'd say
cute.
I
British
recognize
TV
him now
show.
that I've looked him up.
Oh, really? I thought it was a breakfast. British thing. The
Yeah,
worst
so
thing
you've got
is,
these.
just imagine, like, when they serve you kippers, like, they serve it with the eyes and everything.
Yeah, I know. It's
Imagine
like
when
a
fish
whole
just
little
look
fish.
at you for breakfast.
It's wild.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable. Well, it's not that's happening. You've got some smoked salmon, so these nice, very fine, thinly cut slices of salmon with some eggs, greens. You know, it's a nice hearty breakfast. And as you guys get there, Tarek seems like relieved to see other people. He says, good. Take a seat. I'm happy to serve you some breakfast." And yeah, you see Beldora's just kind of lingering near his kitchen.
Oh. I will eat my fish with vigor, and then repetitively for each bite for Nikari, try and prestidigitate it close to whatever she describes, whether it's fish from her own land or whatever, just to try and get it as nice as possible. But I imagine because Sassuro can't even imagine what it would be like, he's having a very hard time doing it. You're just getting all his favorite other fish flavors.
I think I've like broken off a bit of ration and like crumbled it up, so I take like a bite of the ration and then a bite of it and try to like describe it, and it's just not working.
It's a long-term project.
I love that. Tarek will come to you guys and say, "So, what do you think your plan is today? Gonna seek out Adron or head to the observatory? Or
What's it to you, suspicious dude? No, I won't. I won't say that. I'll say I'll look to Peverell. You can catch me, probably. What's our plan, Peverell? We're seeking out Adron, the dragon.
He...
We will be seeking out the dragon.
Adron specifically.
Oh, Adron.
I'll look to him and say, "Have you traded with the Myconids yourself?"
Yeah, I used to give them, you know, our food scraps, leftover things like that. I don't know, they love this stuff.
Have you got any?
Decomposition or something. But are you planning to head to the Seagrow Caves?
That's where
I
Adron was
have-
last seen.
Oh,
Or at least that area.
Are we making that up, McKenna? That is right, right?
he was seen kind of near there, not in those caves, but
but
near.
Yeah.
Specifically, Tarek and one of the kobolds, Rix, were going to trade with them, and they were scared off by something, and they fled, and Rix accidentally ended up in another cave where he swears up and down he saw Adron. But no one seems to really believe him.
But we're headed near to where Rick said he saw him. If we pass the Myconids or we go near them, then got some scraps we're getting rid of. It might be good for us to have a gift.
If if you could do something to help out, I could help you all out. If you could get in there, actually. Hello, Matt.
I like the way that when Matt comes in, he immediately jumps into the DM seat until I change the cameras.
Hell yeah.
He's assuming control. He says if you can, figure out what's going on there, I could get over there and even make you some potions, something to help you out.
Do they talk?
You know. The Myconids? Yeah, it's a little strange. They kind of blow these spores on you or something, and you can hear it in your mind. At least all the times I've gone, they've been,
Gross!
Well, it is kind of gross, yeah. They've been, friendly as a group of mushroom people can be. They're not, they've never been hostile. This is something new. This,
No, we should try to be respectful as much as we can.
Yeah,
If someone's gonna get spoiled, Peverell, it should definitely be you. Or Nikari. Or Morthos.
What about you?
Not you.
Anyone but you.
Not me. That's definitely right. Yeah. I'd make a mistake and say the wrong thing in my head to them through the sporness.
Tarek will rush to the back in the kitchen and come back out with just like some scraps. You see, like, potato skin, like the tops of those carrots you had from the stew last night. Just kind of the garbage, basically. Sorry about the smell, but here you go. Did ask. Bag of garbage. No, seriously, if you could, we would all greatly appreciate it if you could find out what's going on with them. I have to warn you about whatever it is, that monster that's now guarding the entrance to their cavern.
Can you describe it? And as he does so, I will minor illusion it into image and then correct it as he tells me to.
Yeah, tentacled.
Jellyfish.
Large.
Big jellyfish.
I almost want to say an octopus, but it was pretty big, and
big octopus.
It had, like, I didn't get a good look at it, just the tentacles lashed out at Rix and me, but
big octopus
it had
jumping out through a crack in the door.
It had fungus growing up and down that tentacle I saw.
Big mushroomy octopus.
That looks pretty close, yeah.
I will I will recast the minor illusion in the middle of the table, and I will look at the other three and go, any idea what that is?
I've never seen anything like this.
Not you, Morthos? Do you know what that is?
Sorry, I'm getting caught up. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've minor illusioned a mushroom-covered large octopus, but with the tentacles first, at you, and asked you if you've ever seen whatever that is, because he described it like that.
Looks like a tentacle monster. But I know what it is in my days of traversing the lands of Peverell.
It's some kind of fathomless monster.
The way he described it, he didn't get a good look at it, so he just thinks maybe the tentacle kind of resembled an octopus with fungus growing all over it.
Okay, we'll be careful.
Is it friendly?
Absolutely not. Rix and I just showed up like normal to trade, and we were tried to grab us, throw us. We got out of there as fast as possible.
Remind me your name again.
Tarek.
I didn't know who was talking to us, that's all.
Yeah, he's just served you guys some smoked salmon for breakfast.
If you've missed anything, Matt, the group notes are up to date.
Yes, he looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. You see he's got kind of these tattoos peeking out from under his robes. And Beldora has been clinging to him, like, pretty much since she got here. She'll sit down for breakfast, too, though. Galvin will say, well, sounds like you all are off to do another kindness for the cloister. I'm really impressed. Do tell me if you find Adron. I would love to speak to him again, too.
We will. We should really be off.
Although it seems like we should probably, if we're looking for Adron, talk to Rix.
That Tarek says that might be a good idea. I didn't really believe him, but maybe he did actually. He says it was Adron's horde, which wouldn't. I don't know how he had time to build a horde in the time he's been here, but maybe he did actually see something. You could probably catch them before they go to bed. And he will direct you down to the kobold's room.
I will see you in the library later, Galvin.
Oh. He gives you like a knowing nod. And
I give a confused look at Fast. Shrug.
I shrug back.
Yeah, down in the little kobold's room, you see they've got all these hammocks strung up. A few of them are already like laying down, tucked in. Some of them have these little sleeping covers for their eyes. Do you know which one is Rix?
I have a very good way of finding out. Rex!
You hear one of the kobolds is snoring deeply, and the other two who are trying to sleep are just kind of groaning as you're calling out. One of them...
I will use minor illusion to make it sound like a dragon called out the name and go, Rex!
Whoa! They all like fall out of their hammocks and say, what's the big idea? What's going on?
I will ask in Draconic, which one of you is Rex?
They point to the one that was sleeping very deeply. Mm-hmm. And you see as he did fall out of his hammock, he is still kind of like drowsy, shaking.
The rest of you can sleep. Rex, you have to come tell us about when you saw Adron.
Maybe ask.
Oh. Okay. Do I have to, I guess. Did Renara say so?
No, but it's to help Adron.
So you guys believe me? Everyone, he's pointing at all the other kobolds, they're just laughing and making fun of me, but look at this. He lowers his voice and like reaches into his little pocket and pulls out a single gold piece.
Wow.
That's right.
James is thinking, right. Are you going shopping? But Sassuro will not knowingly. So what did you see? Tell us everything. And does he speak good enough common to say it all in common?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I will say, tell us everything in common.
What's funny is 3 of us speak Draconic.
It's almost like we knew what the campaign was about, man.
Perfect. Yeah, Rix will give you the same pretty much story that he and Tarek were going to the Myconid's cave to trade when they were chased off by a monster. And the two of them got separated as Rix sort of stumbled and kind of fell off a little, I guess kind of like a little steep kind of ravine. He made his way back, and along the way, he found a cave with a terrifying growl coming from inside. Naturally, Rix was brave enough to go in. This is how he tells the story. He snuck in, saw Adron there, and effortlessly stole a piece of gold from his hoard, and came back to the cloister.
And how did you sneak in?
Right. Well, right in the entrance. It's just a cave.
You just got down low and just...
Absolutely. I'm very sneaky watch.
Was he sleeping?
He goes and stands in these shrubs.
Was he sleeping?
Yes. He looked a little rough, actually.
I'll look to
draw
the
you a
others.
map?
And that'll be really good. Do you guys have any other questions?
No.
Rix will draw you a map. It is not
Awful.
very good.
Yep.
That looks about right.
Thanks.
Hey, if you see him, don't tell him about you know what, right? He shows you.
Don't tell him that you stole from a goodly dragon that was recovering from its wounds? Why would we do that? Sassuro looks very annoyed.
He looks around awkwardly. Yeah. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna go to bed.
It's only one cold. It'll be okay.
He backs away. He feels
Sassuro
awkward
sighs deeply.
that you yelled at him.
I yelled. I just
You
pointed
scolded
out his
him.
flaws. Yes. I will turn to Peverell. You see,
What?
they can't. All the kobolds. They just. They
You
can't do
cannot
the
push-
right things.
You cannot paint them all with the same brush, Sassuro.
Oh.
They did that themselves.
Find me an. They painted themselves blue. No, I will say to him, well, no, I
That's a good
just. I keep hoping to find one that doesn't act like that.
You already have.
I already said, finding myself isn't the point. It's finding someone else. But thanks.
There's a
Shall
big
we
white
go?
world out there. You'll find one.
Maybe.
Whoa. I just remembered you guys had advantage on wisdom checks, so those insight checks and stuff should have been at advantage.
Oh, shoot.
Why do we have advantage?
It's the 24-hour nearly heroes feast, and this is.
Don't
Oh,
ask
yeah.
why, just say yes, thank you, DM.
It was from
I'm
that
curious.
Wish App Heroes Feast you had.
Nice.
If I got a
Successful
dirty
spell.
20 instead, do I think he's a dragon?
You can say with utmost certainty Galvin is not a dragon. He's just like a super nerd for dragons. You know, he in his room at home, he probably has dragon posters, like a dragon binder. This guy loves dragons.
So this guy is me.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. You can understand.
Just less fiery.
Like
He believes in all the colours of dragons. But yeah, we've also got saves versus poison for 24 hours. Yeah.
True. True.
As we head out, I'll look to Peverell and say, if other creatures can change form, and then they might have created children, does that mean, like...
Oh my.
Is that Mikayla putting us on blast?
That was beautiful. Beautiful.
That's the music we can all hear. You good,
Oh,
Mikayla?
hello?
Hello.
Yeah, my
Hello.
headphones got unplugged somehow, so it sounded crazy.
It's Ginger.
I will
Yeah.
say to Peverell, so if other people can transform into other forms and then maybe have children that make other forms, does that mean that kobolds don't have to marry kobolds?
You have to marry anyone that you don't want to, Sassuro.
Wow.
I'm no genetics expert, like I said earlier, but from my understanding is that usually when a member of two different races come together in heterosexual sex, then it will usually spawn a child of one of the singular races, not necessarily a mixture.
Sass, we're learning the birds and the bees right now.
He looks a little sort of disconcerted and... Oh, I suppose that makes sense in some ways. He sort of nods. And... I was just thinking, what if it was the other way round, and it was a female kobold and like a Goliath, right? And then the female kobold just gives birth to Goliath.
Wow.
No, the poor thing.
That's awful.
Thinking like Pokemon rules. Skitty and Wailord.
Just an egg appears somehow.
Well, yeah, that'd be great. Right, well, dragon. That is true. Kobolds do come from eggs. That is true.
Yep, exactly like Pokemon eggs.
So I'll sort of just nod. Oh, well, that's interesting. Maybe you will get to use your marriage ceremony at some point.
Does Kobold have... I mean, I called you Kobold. Does Sassuro have love on the brain?
No, it's more that he's been despairing over the last year that if he ever wants to fall in love, that it's going to be impossible because all kobolds are mean and greedy and evil. So, you know, that's But he's met other people who are okay. He really likes elves. Not like he hasn't fantasized over them, but they've been all the elves he's met have been goodly and kind, and that's why he's thinking that, like, you know, elves are good people.
I had no idea Sassuro wanted to fall in love.
He's now got a positive image of Tabaxi too.
I can't wait to
his first
I've
one.
always wanted to marry someone.
I am so excited for you to preside over Sassuro's wedding.
Yes, please.
You'll have to find me someone to love first, Queen style. But yeah, it's definitely just. I guess it's just something that, like, obviously, when you feel not at home with your own race, that it would come into it. That was just my thinking.
Yeah.
I do like that Sassuro is Kobolds. How long they live? Like, what, 10 years or something?
10 years? What?
I hope not, because I died last year. Oh my god, I
just know they
googled how long does Sassuro live?
What did it say?
What did you get to the bottom
live
of
up to 120 years.
Okay, well, I was I don't know why I thought they had very short-lived. Okay, it's not that bad then.
It's because they're all evil and greedy, Mikayla, and they die in battle.
Wow.
It's because
It's
the average age of a kobold is less than 10 years because of what James just said.
Yeah, they all die like idiots because they're greedy and violent. We reach adulthood at 6. Sassuro is 11 years old.
Aww, so cute. He's grown up. Okay, yeah, he's ready to settle down.
He's ready for love. Well, not settle down. He's ready to get to level 20 first.
Okay.
Better survival.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys have this very bad map from Rick's, and you know it's vaguely near the Seagrow caves that you need to go. Can I presume you're going across land? I assume you don't want to take the boat around.
Yeah.
It is always an option.
Yeah, that's so long.
If you want to take an extra long journey and
Going
row
without Sassuro, I think.
and have tired arms and no Sassuro, then yeah, feel free to take the
Sassuro's like
rowboat.
boats, so we'll walk.
All
This whole
right.
campaign's going to be on this island for that reason.
Wow, so the Seagrow cave just blew up. And that's the end of that.
My bad.
That was funny. Okay. I guess whoever feels most equipped can, if you want to follow Rix's map, give me a survival check.
I've made us a version of Rix's map. It's in Discord.
Okay, great.
I will attempt to read the map.
Wow.
And I have. I guess it doesn't matter because we have advantage.
You have advantage, but I was going to give you disadvantage anyway because the map is bad, so it'll just be a straight roll.
Oh my god, you need to be
Oh
on
my.
the boat.
Does anybody want to gently pat someone who's reading a map on his shoulder?
I mean, Matt, you've rolled 5 times.
I
and none of them
pressed
were
the
over 10.
button
Not
once.
one was over 10. It's crazy.
Press the button once.
Why is Nikari not reading the map? Isn't she a ranger? Isn't she like map reader 101? Or are you not professional in
From
survival?
here.
We can both.
Morthos got the map first.
That's
No,
fair.
she can try. This isn't a one-man.
I don't know. You've tried 9 times and haven't succeeded.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, there was a 20 in there. Sorry, I missed that one. I just saw 9876 like you were counting down to death.
If I had 10 advantages, I think I passed.
You have, yeah,
Sun Elven
quintuple
accuracy and
advantage.
Celestial Warlock accuracy.
Yeah, Morthos, this map
Here,
is
Nikari.
incomprehensible. It's just bullshit. It looks just like what James has drawn here.
Morthos, you're holding it upside down.
Are you sure the kobold even knows what right side up is?
I mean,
Fair.
if this, so the monasteries to the north is, I think,
You see him trying to spin it around to make sense. No, I can't see it.
Yeah, no matter which way you turn it,
Map
the
is broken.
island shape looks wrong.
Here, you try. I'll give it to you.
I think
Alright.
it's broken.
Go ahead, give me a survival
It's
check.
broken.
Roll the 6.
Sorry. Oh, dear. You guys are wandering for a bit.
Let me see.
Peverell.
I've seen a lot of Kobold
Try it
terrible
again.
maps. I'll have a look over your
Yeah.
shoulder and try and like say like, no, I think that's meant to say ravine.
There's no ravines in this island.
I got a dirty 20.
Sick.
Now we're getting somewhere with Sassuro peering over your shoulder. And as you guys are walking, you can kind of make sense like, oh, okay, this is what this scribble is supposed to be, this certain landmark, like this weird looking tree. You can kind of start to understand Rix's shorthand for his map.
I really
And
hope that one of the squiggles is an actual squiggle in the real world. Like, oh, that's what that is.
yeah, it's a weird squiggle.
We
That
find the
has-
X on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Funnily enough, you do find it. Here it is. Doop, there you go.
Oh, look, I found it. It's the X.
It marks the spot.
Is it your X?
X marks the spot indeed. As you get
So we're not
to...
actually that close to the Seagrow Caves at all. Okay, makes sense.
No, it was on the way kind of back from the caves that they got separated. And as you reach what kind of matches the description that Rix gave you, it's kind of a almost slightly like waterlogged cave, maybe. Like you see, there's quite a few like puddles and things as you get closer to this area, and you see this cave entrance.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
That's beautiful.
That's
Very
gorgeous.
cool.
Thank you. It matches the description. Yeah, he kind of described it as being low down, this kind of ravine area. There was some water outside of the cave, kind of leading in. And as you guys approach, you can hear a low kind of growl.
Shall I get Bandit to have a look?
Sure.
Okay. He has 60 feet of dark vision.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's also incredibly stealthy, so he's going to sneak in as quietly as he can. I would
Okay.
also like, while he is in, I am going to start ritual casting Unseen Servant. So I'm not looking through Bandit's eyes just yet. He's to come back and he's to tell me... Oh, how does he tell me anything? He's to jump up and down if he finds a dragon, and he's to run around in a neat circle if it's a bronze dragon. That's what color he's meant to be, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
bronze dragon, cool. Oh, and he should give me a very gentle bite on the arm if he saw any treasure. And while he's doing that, I will ritual cast Unseen Servant and then stick a cloak on it.
Okay.
Or a blanket.
Give me a
rather.
stealth check for Bandit. The Bandit.
He's a sneaky bean. I rolled an
Stealthing in.
18 plus. I think he's got a plus 5. Yeah, he's got an 18 plus 5, 23.
Wow, that's awesome. So Bandit creeps in for...
His candle is not lit.
Yeah, makes sense. He creeps in for a good distance, and you can see through his eyes.
I'm not looking through his eyes specifically. He's to come back.
Oh,
and
okay, great.
all he has to do is report, is it a dragon? Is it a bronze dragon? Did he see any treasure? The 3 things. to
Great.
remember.
He goes in. And a short while later, he scampers out, looking a little nervous, a little fur a little bristled, and he does what was the motion for dragon?
So he jumps up and down if it's a dragon.
Yep,
He does a
that.
little circle if it's bronze.
Yep.
And then he gives me a little bite on the arm if he saw any treasure.
He does all 3.
There's
Nice.
a bronze dragon in the cave, and there's some treasure too, so Rex wasn't lying. And we should probably take a really sneaky approach, or we should announce our presence very loudly from the outside.
Isn't this dragon friendly?
He's meant to be a good dragon, but if he's hurt, sometimes hurt people lash out.
Well, they will certainly lash out if they're not aware of us.
If he sees us sneaking into his cave, I think we should make ourselves known.
Yeah, I didn't know whether we should sneak to get a better look. Like, that's what Sassuro was suggesting. Not sneak, like,
yeah, that's fine.
And never wake him up. But Sassuro does not want Bandit to sneak close enough to actually gauge the state of the dragon. So, yeah. Okay. Let me know if you're going to announce our presence. I'd like to move further away.
Do you want me to go in? I'll go in.
I think we're going to announce our presence.
Okay.
Yes.
Sassuro runs about 30 feet away from the entrance of the door. Minor Illusion's another rock with a bit of moss on it, and then crouches down inside it.
Oh yeah, you blend right in.
I will put the unseen servant with a blanket around him to look like a shawl at the front of the group, so that if anyone comes rampaging out, it'll hit him first. Yeah, and that's about that.
Okay, so who's announcing you guys?
I can announce us.
How? What's your announcement sound like?
What's the girl's name we've been talking to? Renara?
Mm-hmm.
Other Renara. The guy, that's who he last had an argument with.
Pretty old, but yes.
I will say... I will use thaumaturgy when I talk. I don't want to sound like I'm shouting at him, the dragon. But I'm just making but my voice is just louder, you know? But I'm not shouting or screaming, like trying like...
Nah, just amplifying your volume. Sure.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, hello, Adron. We are here to help you. We are just checking that you're okay on behalf of Renara and Galvin.
As you begin your booming voice, just like far, like looking directly into the cave at the far back, you see just this sudden flash of like blue light very quickly, and then it is gone. And
the dragon's gone?
No, just the light. So it like flashes really bright for a second, and then it's dark again. And after a moment, you hear a bit of scurrying that turns to slow, dramatic steps. And you hear a voice. A voice booms out before you can see in full. You hear, "Halt, strangers! State your business or taste my lightning." And
Did we just do
out. You did just do that. And you see stepping out of the cave a smallish bronze dragon.
Ooh.
The rock 30 feet away will just go, "Wow, you're beautiful."
I don't think he hears you over his own booming voice, and also from a rock. So before you can even answer, he continues. "You stand in the presence of Adron, bronze Wyrmling." Oh. He kind of stops halfway through. He wasn't expecting you to... that's right, continues. Bronze Wyrmling and chosen of Bahamut, protector of Stormwreck Isle, defender of the innocent, slayer... soon to be slayer of evil. And you see he's kind of starting, you can see he's trying to like make this crackle in the back of his throat, but it looks like his breath weapon is not recharged just right now. It looks like he might have been startled inside the cave and accidentally used his breath, so he's just really trying hard right now to get it back to intimidate you guys. But yeah, he's trying to look a lot taller than he is, but he is about maybe 6-7 feet, just like tall, standing up, and then yeah, you
Lord Adron.
Yeah, you rightfully bow, Morthos, and he nods and acknowledges you. Well met.
I'll do like a standing half bow.
We saw your fight in the sky with the evil, despicable blue dragon. We know about the stealing of the bones, and we want to see if you're okay and if we can help you dispose of it.
Wow. This is great. I mean,
I will approach very slowly.
Foul, you're right. That foul beast. Oh, another kobold. Hello. I don't think I know you.
Sassuro,
yeah.
I was worried you might be hurt and lash out with your mighty lightning breath, and we might fall under your presence. But as you seem to be kindly and goodly, I wanted to come forth and offer my aid too. I'm with these guys. I'm just a little more shy.
Yeah, he is
the
like
servant will collapse into nothing, and I will snatch the blanket back.
he's like eating it up. Your deference. You're approaching with like respect, and he says, "Well, you also want to deal with that vile menace attacking Dragon's Rest. Good. Please enter my cave."
I look
He will
around and
turn.
we're already
This
in the
is how
cave.
kobolds were made.
And oops.
Do we all have dark vision? We don't, right? Someone doesn't.
I do.
I
I
think
do.
you all certainly
Okay.
should,
I think we all
right?
do.
That's
Okay,
what I did.
just a minute. Sorry, just give me one quick second. I didn't even have his cave. Here.
So with Myconoids.
The
They're
Myconoid.
further away. I didn't realize that. Yeah, from the description, it sounded like they were in the same place. So I was expecting to have to deal with.
They're
Myconids
in
with them,
Seagro
but
Cave.
they're like, yeah. Well, I thought Adrian was also in Seagro Cave.
Yeah, and I did.
But he's not. Yeah, he's here
yeah.
in Pretty Cave
No,
with water outside.
Moved out.
Yeah, he's in
Adron's cave.
Adron's cave is what the map is called, I think.
Exactly. Mikayla, do you want to take a short break?
Let's take a quick break as you guys enter the
Perfect.
cave. Okay, welcome back. You had just been invited into Adron's cave. No music is playing. Give me just a second. And
It sounds like a cave in here.
it should sound a little more damp, actually, because here, I'll put you on the map. Now, I think, can you guys put your characters here? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yep. So, you entered this cave, and you see it is indeed, kind of partially submerged, almost. There's this, like, stone walkway, kind of almost like a catwalk, that Adron will lead you guys down.
Is he actually one token size? Like I know he's small, but that's
He is medium. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's still clearly like a baby, a wyrmling, a kid. As you get to like right here, this is where Bandit will say he saw Adron just kind of curled up on this little shelf right here.
I
And as
appreciate
you
the gesture,
round-
but Bandit cannot say anything.
I mean, he motions.
Oh, okay, right.
You
Yeah,
know?
he'll do a little nod and then a scurry back. Yeah, sure, I'll go with that. But yes, I just want to make it very clear he cannot say a word.
As you round the corner, you see
It's not
the
cool
room
like
connects to a large pool of water amongst.
Whoa! Where's he got all this shit?
And he stands in front of the pool and his piles of gold. You see that it is just purely gold and like a few gems and things. You don't see any like magic items, crazy swords, or anything. Like it does seem like the beginnings of a horde.
That's
and he
incredibly impressive.
turns to face you all. As you take it all in, he is expecting you to look impressed with his stuff.
Sassuro's jaw is like,
In
you
Morthos'
can-
mind, he goes, "There should be one more gold in there."
Morthos knows the secret. Adron will stand up very proudly, kind of whipping his tail as he looks back and forth to you all. He says,
I won't say it, but I think it looks paltry.
it is definitely a little hoard for a little baby. He's just
he's richer than all
started,
four
you
of
know?
us put together.
He certainly is. And he says, so, You want to deal with that horrible beast, Sparkrender.
Sparkrender. Whoa, that's a dragon name. That's a
a
lot
name.
better. That is a lot cooler than Adron.
It is a cool name. Even
Sassuro
Adron looks
does
kind of
not
jealous
say.
as he says it. He's like, "Ugh, I hate that his name is so cool. As well, I would welcome the help. I was getting a feel for his defenses, scouting around, seeing what could be done about that beast when it attacked and caught me off guard, which is why I was unprepared, and also had me outnumbered with Kobold, but with you all helping, this might be a walk in the park. What are your names, by the way?
Mighty Great Lord Adron.
Yes.
If we deal with
Comes over to you.
Sparkrender, do you think you could spare the kobolds from the extreme power of your breath for just a moment, while we try and convince them that they should worship a more worthy and mighty dragon like yourself? Kobolds
You are
not always wise and deserve at least a second chance. In terms of forgiveness.
That is very kind and just of you, small kobold. I respect your request, and I will grant it. Truthfully, not all of the kobolds there are from the monastery. Some that dragon brought with it. Those ones are free. I'm free to zap, right?
Perhaps even they might be turned to the worship of you. At the moment, we saw that some of them painted themselves blue. What if kobolds were to try terribly hard and fail miserably to imitate your incredible glowing bronze magnificence and were supplicants to you? Then surely that would be an even greater victory over Sparkrender than just killing them with the zapping of your breath.
You raise an interesting point. I will consider it. I will.
Also, my name's Sassuro.
Sassuro the kobold. Sassuro the wise. He comes over to Nikari as he passes by you. Takes kind of like a deep inhale. He's a small dragon, but it is still very much a dragon, just all up in your face. And he says, "You smell like not of this plane. You smell like Bahamut." Well, no, not quite like that either. Just not from here.
I've been sent by the listener beneath to speak with dragonkind.
Oh. I'll roll a history check for Adron.
The listener of what?
The listener beneath.
Yes, of course. Adron doesn't know what you're talking about. You can sense that with your passive insight.
I look very disappointed.
I would be happy to assist any and all of you, but with whatever you seek, whatever boon you seek from the protector of Stormwreck Isle, but obviously dealing with that dragon is priority number one. Tell me, what brought you here?
Renara, Elder Renara, needed help. We wanted to help.
Sorry, I meant to the island in general.
Oh, well, let me ask you a question then.
Huh?
Do you smell it?
As Adron goes closer, takes a big whiff of you, Morthos. You. He kind of spins around very fast, steps back a little. You smell almost like the opposite of her. Looks at Nikari. He gets close to you, Morthos, and leans in. Have you had dealings with dragons before?
You can say that. in a way.
A particular dragon.
Yes.
It is as I feared. So this is why Bahamut has given me this quest. I knew it. He flies up and amongst his gold. And is just kind of walking around. Just kind of monologuing a bit to himself about some quest. He says, he starts going on about, well, you should know Bahamut personally sent me to this island. I have much work to do here, much good work. I'm on a divine mission. And destroying Sparkrender is obviously the first step in that mission. And, he flies back and lands in front of Peverell and takes one last whiff.
Lord Adron, if you would permit a question, and I'll take out my artifact. Do you know anything of this? I believe some of the inscription reads...
What is that?
Sound the breath.
As you take it out, he is almost repelled or repulsed by it. As you saw it the beginning of it on when he was smelling you, this deep breath he was taking. But as you take out the item, he just looks sickened and immediately flies over to this little stone of on his hoard. What is this? What have you brought here?
I truthfully do not know. Do you know what sound the breath could mean?
Let me think. Sound the breath. You see, he's got his eyes closed. He looks like he's thinking very hard. Sound the... Wait. The horn. He flies over to you, and despite how this thing clearly is disgusting him, he gets closer and just looks it over. Is this a piece of the horn? I don't know with any certainty what it is, but
It's the horn.
in my memories, or in Astalagan's memory, there was this horn, this artifact. It seems like he has a flash of something and then it is gone. You can see on his face this frustration and disappointment as he can't seem to fully recall.
It's okay if you don't know, Lord Adron. It seems to be a mystery to most.
Well, now hold on. I certainly know. Somewhere within myself I know. Because Astalagan knew. And what he knows, I know. Well, yes. That's why I was sent here. I need to... You see, he is kind of trails off thoughtfully, looking at the little pool here. Actually, go. He says, Bahamut gave me a quest personally, and with it, I was given memories, Astalagan's memories of this island and what he's protecting in his hoard. And now it's my sacred duty to protect that hoard. I can only assume that's what Sparkrender is after. That's why he's here. Wow, this music is
sort of
really
That
epic.
would not be on behalf of Bahamut?
Absolutely not. He's a blue dragon. He serves allegiance to foul Tiamat.
Of course, I do know that.
Hisses as he says her name.
I glance
Sorry.
at the horde behind him. That horde?
This... Oh, no. This is just what I brought with me when Bahamut sent me here.
Where were you
Staligan.
sent from?
Well, give me an insight check.
With advantage.
Yes,
Advantage.
with advantage.
Nice.
Can I join in on that too?
Yeah.
2. And a 6.
Okay.
Plus a bunch more rolls that mean nothing.
Yeah.
Total of 20.
Okay. He is hard to read, Morthos. He does have a scaly dragon's face. As he looks down and trails off, you can tell there's something he's reluctant to say. Nikari, you could see that same reluctance, but you can sense that kind of the emotion behind it is embarrassment or like sheepishness. He's kind of embarrassed about the answer to this question and is maybe holding off a little before telling you. Well,
I'm sure it was offered freely.
of course. No, where I came from before. Let's just say this is my first time out from under my mother's wing.
Oh, it comes from his mother's horde. She gave him a little bit of a starter pack.
This
That's
is
adorable.
Was
a
he the
small
other-
loan of 1,000,000 gold from his mom. Yes.
One small loan, 1,000,000 gold.
What were you saying? Were you saying something more though?
I don't know.
Okay. So, yes, Adron's horde is naturally much more magnificent, I would assume. I have not been able to gain access to it as of yet.
Is it at the observatory?
No, it is in the caves beneath the monastery. Actually, wait a minute, I shouldn't tell you this. Don't worry about where it is.
That's okay. We would only like to help you
He stops.
to your rightful place.
We're not here to steal
Well-
anything. Just here to help.
It ought to be protected.
That's right. That's the quest I've been given. Protect the horde. This was the most important thing I took from my vision. And
So-
I know that Sparkrender, he has also been unable to access the horde. I know at the very least he knows where it is. It's protected, at least, but if Sparkrender succeeds in whatever scheme he's cooked up, I'm sure he'll be strong enough to just plow his way right in. We need to stop that.
Eminent Lord Adron of the Beautiful Bronze Scaling.
Yes, Sassuro the Wise.
I like this guy. Sassuro does not say that. We had planned to go to the observatory sort of soon. We've got a way of letting a bridge across so that we don't have to fly, because we can't fly like you can.
Oh,
Do you
naturally.
need more time to recover from your previous battle, or do we set out together today? And how would we best assist you? Do you need to know our capabilities?
That might be helpful. Yeah. What do you all bring to the table? I'll tell you of the defenses I saw there. Kobolds. And Sparkrender.
Cheers, dude. I will say, though my powers pale insignificantly in comparison to the might of a dragon, I do have some illusory magic that will help to keep small people like ourselves safe, and also to confuse simple beings like the kobolds. I don't know how effective they'll be on Sparkrender. But they may distract or deter or allow us to get attacks in more easily. They may even redirect his attention to attack something that shouldn't. Yes. I'm assuming that he has some form of dragon's breath, although I'm sure that it is nothing in comparison to your own.
It is a paltry imitation of my glorious lightning breath.
It's identical, right?
Let me see if his breath has recharged. It does. Hold on. He will show off his breath. Which one of these? None of these are really lightning.
Don't forget to turn your head.
That way.
Yeah, Sassuro will cower accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have a lightning one. It's really quite
they should
silly.
have a lightning. Well, just pretend his breath was lightning just now that he shows off. That was pretty good. What was that, water?
It's frost, ironically.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he breathed his lightning breath up, crackling into the air of this cave. It is
It is identical, right? Sparkrender's.
Yeah,
as in,
Sparkrender
it's also
has
lightning.
the same breath.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's okay.
So they kind of had to just fight each other,
Tooth and claw.
just like tooth and claw, exactly. They're both immune to each other's breath weapons.
Oh, so can you stand in front of us when he fires at us?
Well, maybe I can distract him and make his breath go elsewhere.
Oh, I like that.
I like the sound of this plan.
Can I show you what I can do?
Please do.
Morthos points to his familiar.
Alright, because it's the wall, it has an AC of 8. And when I shoot the wall, it moves back. It gets pushed back 10 feet. That's what I
do.
Matt's taking on his DM role.
All right. That was all right. Yeah,
when a creature is hit by this spell, yeah. Is definitely what it says.
A little bit of like the rock wall chips, and he says, please do not damage the horde. I appreciate your efforts, your enthusiasm. That was all right. Maybe work on your aim a little. And what of you? Nikari of the Outer Plains. Peverell of the horn having. I don't like that thing.
Nikari just sort of looks really depressed and just sort of gestures at her back bow.
She hasn't missed all campaign.
Wow.
She hasn't! Like, don't look at me, she's not missed a single shot.
It's true. Alright, can you hit that? He points to this little shell over here.
I sigh. It's a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit a shell.
I told you!
Perfect.
I have been given gifts by Kalamvor, Lord of the Dead, Judge of the Damned.
I see. So you are also on a divine quest.
No, I am here on other matters.
All right. You all will do quite well as my honor guard. This will be perfect. If you all can prevent the kobolds from swarming and assisting in your peaceful manner, or whatever you prefer, I won't zap them. I will go straight for the beast himself. Once you've dealt with them, you can join me, and we will finish this scourge.
That's a good plan, Lord Adron.
Thank you.
Most powerful Lord Adrian of the Great Scale and Claw.
Yes.
I also had a reason to come to Dragon's Rest. Do you know why the dragons are angry? They're attacking.
He glances over at Peverell for a second. Angry. Well,
Attacking towns and villages.
I've noticed this. I can only assume it's part of the reason that Bahamut gave me this quest. Something is amiss, and I think that he kind of whips his tail, pointing at Peverell a little bit. Whatever that is connected to all of this.
Well, what is it?
I'll
He's
roll
remembering.
again. He's still
Like,
racking his brain.
Bear with me.
Well, Peverell, where'd you get it?
From a friend.
Where was the friend?
They were in Baldur's Gate.
No, it's not coming to. I know what that is
You've
for
got
sure.
You've got time to remember. But do you think that whatever it is and whatever's happening, Beldorn, she's another person, said that the giants were also attacking. Is it all the same thing? And did it have anything to do with last night's comet? Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions, Your Mighty Magnificence.
It is understandable. You've come seeking knowledge, of course. I cannot say for certain, but I think these things are connected. For instance, what do you know about the 1,000-Year War?
Great question. What do we know?
I think I know how
Give
long
me a
it
history
lasted.
check.
That's what I got so far. Daddy 20.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, no, 22. I have a +7, not a +5.
I rolled awful. I got a 3 for a 6.
No.
Is this a check I should even make?
Yes, Nikari, for sure.
Then it's a dirty 20. I
Nice.
Okay. And,
feel like that's the third one tonight. Dice
Yeah.
are liking me.
Morthos does several rolls.
Until we get in the combat.
9. I got 9. I'm done rolling. Done rolling on D&D Beyond.
The,
Rolling 50 times.
So yeah, Sassuro and Nikari, the 1,000-Year War, you know, was the ancient conflict between the dragons and the giants. Before humanoids, elves, humans, dwarves, etc., before they had, you know, the run of the place, the dragons and giants. This was their world, and eventually they came to a conflict that lasted about 1,000 years. This was some 25,000 years ago, so it's ancient history. But it is... Yeah, that name definitely means something to you.
I will tell him all of those things very quietly in Sassuro's voice.
You are well read. Good. We will need knowledge in the coming days. Yes. Well, I suspect something's going to happen soon to start that war up again.
Why? What triggered it?
Eh?
And how can we stop it?
Well, couldn't tell you why, but I can tell you that Bahamut is already on it. He's got his best man, me, on the job.
Muhammad's on it. Nice.
Yeah, Bahamut is on it. I'm sure I'm not the only dragon he's given a quest to. So, maybe you all were sent here also by him to assist me. I mean, if gods themselves
Nikari's like,
are...
get me out of here.
Now she's walked away in a bit of a frustrated huff.
Are you sure you walked? It looks to me like you are
You
lying
fell
on your
over.
side and rolling
I
out.
turned around. I turned around and walked away.
I will look up to him and say, most mighty and magical Lord Adron, I'm sure we can both agree that you are powerful and wise and an excellent
Of course.
champion of Bahamut, but I can't help but feel that compared to some other dragons in the world, you might be a little younger.
He leans in very close.
And forgive me, please, Your Mightiness, but why would Bahamut not choose one of the oldest and largest dragons with the biggest of claws?
Hmm.
He is ever wise, as I'm sure are you, so there must be a reason.
That's right. Are you questioning his decisions?
No, I merely wish to be given a small measure of the wisdom of his decision so I can best understand. Like, why would he choose the small guy, dude?
You guys can give me an insight check.
Oh, he's not going to tell us. What a dick.
He's turned around. He's looking thoughtfully at his horde.
Mm-hmm. I got
11.
a 7. Like, yeah, why didn't they choose Mama? That's what I want to know.
That is
11's my
very
lucky
fair
number, so that
question.
shouldn't be my nat 20.
Peverell, Nikari, are you making this insight check?
I was actually gonna go after Nikari.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not too
Right.
far away. I'm just like sort of just waiting on everybody because I'm over it.
Yeah, I'd like to follow her when there's a moment, but please continue.
Yeah, I'm still within hearing, but I'm not really paying attention.
Yeah, you guys have 7 and 11. He's hard to read. He's a dragon.
We rolled an 18. That's pretty good.
I can
Pick
only
yourself. I did not.
assume.
Added us together.
Oh! That's how that works, honest.
I can only assume that Bahamut has many wheels in motion. And we are only one small part of the plan.
And because you are young, maybe you are pure and uncorrupted.
He sees my potential, naturally.
That
I've
too.
been gifted a lair already to mold and shape how I will. An established lair.
It is nice.
Yeah, you can tell he's talking about like the island of Dragon's Rest as a whole.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Because I was going to say, like, I'm just thinking when he gets to huge, he's not going to be able to fit into the lair that he's chosen for himself.
Yeah, he's basically talking about Astalagan's old lair becoming his.
A mighty island for you to rule from, but only after we've got rid of Sparkrender.
Exactly.
Is it time, mighty Lord Adron? Sassuro struggles to find a compliment and just doesn't.
I don't think he can carry you guys.
No.
And he could carry Sassuro for sure.
You're not a horse
But
to be ridden.
I don't think he would either way, yeah.
Our legs are small and some of us even smaller, so you'll have to give us a bit of a head start or wait for us when you get there. We shall go as quickly as we can, but we might have to stop for lunch, for we are small and puny.
Yes, indeed, you are. Very small and hunger easily. It is fine. I can wait. I promise to wait.
We'll meet you there. Or nearby.
Well then. He will lead you back out. What troubles you, Ranger, Elf, Nikari?
Nothing, my lord.
Perfect. He takes it. And yeah, he will escort you guys back out of his cave.
Wait, he left. We can steal his gold
I
now.
fucking love this guy. He said
escorting
escort.
you. Escorting, making sure you don't take his gold. Whoop. Where is he? Yeah, here we go. Put him there with you guys.
We will begin moving our puny legs along the road.
Morthos is going to stay back for just a second as everyone else leaves. He's going to look up what's his name, Adron? Is that right? He's going to say, Lord Adron, you might be able to smell what I am, but you cannot smell what I stand for. And then he'll walk with the rest of the group.
Adron is just standing there, kind of whipping his tail thoughtfully as he watches you all leave. He
When we're
says,
at... Oh, sorry, go on.
no, he says, travel swiftly, friends. Our battle will be glorious.
Mhm.
And he just stands there at the cave, waiting for you to walk away.
Yeah, as we're well out of earshot, I'd like to look to Nikari and say, you didn't seem too impressed with Lord Adrian.
Not too impressed. I came to meet a dragon and I met a petulant child.
Jeez.
Oh,
Drag him.
that was
Drag the dragon.
Nikari hates him. I love him, but Nikari hates him.
I will say to Nikari, he is only the smallest representative of his kind, and I imagine far more pleasant than the dragon we're going to fight.
Just wanted to finish this and go home, and I guess that's not gonna happen unless he said, Morthos, you know a dragon.
You see, Morthos wasn't paying attention when you say that. He kind of like his eyes go wide as if he got caught, like that little kid stealing a cookie out of the cookie jar.
Caught red-handed.
He did say that.
Is that the celestial being that gave you the gift you can't refuse?
This is not Matt laughing. This is Morthos laughing. No, that guy is nothing close to a powerful dragon. He's laughing. Morthos is laughing loud. His laugh gets louder and louder.
He really is tickled by this.
You really like to be vague, don't you?
I mean,
Maybe we can speak to your dragon instead. Well, I meant not your dragon, but you know.
I don't know. We'll get Peverell. How's Peverell reaction at this? Because Lord Adrian already said who Morthos' dragon was, if anyone was listening.
You just said him.
Peverell.
Huh?
Sorry, her. Yeah, Morthos is a guy.
No.
Morthos is
I thought that the only reference Adrian said to your dragon was, oh, him.
I don't remember that. What did you say?
No, he said that Morthos smells like the inverse of Nikari, basically. Who he described as smelling like Bahamut.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's because he was a tiefling, so he smells like the hells, whereas she smells divine. Like,
You can
That is
take
what
it
we
however
assumed.
you can take it however you want.
Yeah,
if-
Morthos, your dragon.
You want to talk to my dragon? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if it would, I need to talk to some dragon.
My dragon isn't the friendliest being there is. In fact, my dragon isn't friendly at all. I wouldn't even call him a dragon.
Is he chromatic?
Give me a second to Google search.
Is he
Hi,
blue, red,
chromatic.
yellow, green, or white, or black, or is he made of a metal color like gold, silver, bronze,
Or a
brass?
crystal.
Morthos will say all of the above.
That's worrying.
All of the first lot of colors.
All the colors.
Right, okay. Not all the metallics and all the chromatics. That would be a little odd.
Give me a second.
You're speaking of Tiamat.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
okay,
Someone.
cool. Right, no, I got that. But yeah, I just...
I got that. Nikari
Tiamat
hasn't got
doesn't have
that.
metallic colors. Yeah, no, I don't think Sassuro's got it either. He'll just say, is your dragon chromatic?
I didn't get that far in the Google search.
Yes.
Yes.
The most chromatic, some might say.
Yes, all of the chromatic is...
I will say that, yes, the most chromatic dragon there is.
Have you met this dragon? Or you just know of them?
Yes, I've met them.
Shit.
They're not likely to help.
Considering I'm here right now, no.
I look to Nikari and say, I think it's gonna be a long journey to speak to a true dragon, and even if we can, they might not be themselves.
You think because of the comet? Or because of what was already happening?
They were already attacking towns and villages. And shrines, and anything else. I'd say you're probably here for the whole campaign.
Leave before level 4?
Maybe you can go meet Adron's mom.
I will say...
There's a plan.
I'll say, but we'll keep seeking, one step at a time, right? Adron was better than no dragon. Right?
I don't know about that.
I
Have to
thought
see
he was
how this adventure goes.
I thought he was pretty shiny.
Did you find him impressive?
Yeah. He was beautiful and shiny, and his breath was somewhat dangerous looking. I will admit that he seemed young and unsure of himself.
Sassuro's 9 HP. Yeah, his breath would have obliterated you.
Yeah, but he shows signs of being something that will be beautiful.
He seemed overly sure of himself to me.
Well, that's natural. He's a dragon.
Because I haven't known any, so maybe that makes sense.
They are the mightiest creatures beneath the gods. If you knew you would become such a thing, even as a child, I'd be pretty arrogant.
She doesn't say anything to that.
As we travel, you guys probably noticed that Peverell has begun kind of humming to himself. Every so often, there's like some like murmurs and muttering of words, but it's very muffled. It's not very clear.
We hadn't got to you yet, but it's coming. Yeah, as you're humming away, once we've accepted that Nikari thinks Sassuro's being impressed with the dragon was silly, I will look over to Peverell and say, "You brought a thing, a piece of a horn? The thing you showed Adron."
Yes, it seems that is what it was.
Sorry,
At least part of what it was.
Remember it yet? Do you know more about it than you told him?
No.
Are you lying?
No. I told him I didn't know what it was, and that there was an inscription on it that said something. I did quote it from the notes. Something breath.
Yeah, sound the breath.
Sound the breath, yes. And that's all I know.
You didn't tell him where you got it from, though. Is that because you got it from another dragon?
I didn't acquire it.
Why are you being so secretive about this? If we're working together.
Did you steal it?
I did not steal it, Sassuro.
That's
It was given to me.
That's what Rex would have said. No, I'm kidding. I don't say that. Yeah, when you say it was given to you, Sassuro. So why can't you say who gave it to you? Why can't you say who gave you your stuff? I look to Morthos. You're both
this?
very secretive.
How about this? Let's deal with Render Breath. That's not his name, but it's all I can think of. What's his name?
Spark Render. Render Breath. That sounds like a art software.
Let's do it. Spark Render. And when we are victorious, because of course we will be, Sassuro, when you lead the charge.
I'm not leading anything.
It was more of a metaphorical saying, but we'll have a nice feast, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know. And I'll look at Peverell.
I will
After I
look
say
at
that.
Peverell. Will you tell us where you got it after we were victorious over the mean blue dragon?
No. he says that
I
very,
respect
very.
his honesty
he
so
says
much.
it very softly, and it's like it's full of kindness. There's no malice. There's no like I'm keeping this horrible thing from you. He just very simply says,
Because you made a promise?
"I was sworn to secrecy."
Well, that makes sense. Can you
What if I
tell
told
us
you-
this at least? Will your secrets put us in danger?
I am no diviner, Sassuro. I do not know.
Is it likely?
It is possible.
If it should become apparent that it is a danger, will you tell us then?
I will assess the situation.
Oh, I love that. So strategic.
Look at Nikari and shrug.
This is going to be a recurring theme, and it's going to be hilarious every time.
It is. It is.
I will look to Peverell and say, "Oh, I trust that you're doing what you can, and that you will attempt to protect us from danger, both secret and known."
I will do my best.
So, which way are you guys heading?
Straight over the mountain.
Over
To
the
the
river, through the
observatory.
woods.
Do we know
Thought
if we could
so.
link up, or do we have to go, do we know we have to go this way?
Yeah, it was kind of like a fork in the road, like right here. That, like, the north path led to the observatory, and then the southern path led down
Was
where
the
you
fork
went.
in the road a long way from Dragon's Rest?
No.
Lunch, anyone?
It looks like well traveled. Like it's probably the way Tarek goes to trade with the Myconids.
No, I think we
Go have
might.
some lunch.
I think we'll stop for some food on the way, but I don't think we necessarily need to go to Dragon's Rest unless anybody else wants to.
I got nothing to do.
No.
To be honest, I think in some ways we should avoid Dragon's Rest. Sash will actually say this. He'll say, I don't think we should get too close to Dragon's Rest. I don't want the kobolds thinking they can help.
Smart Sassuro.
They can be very earnest in their beliefs when they're wrong.
Alright, we'll do that.
So
We'll go around
avoiding
Dragon's
Dragon's Rest to keep it. Yeah. Double back. Cute.
Nova, you
And
make a great party token.
Yeah.
yeah, Nova is really cute.
And the whole time, Peverell is still just humming and muttering to himself.
What are you humming?
Mm.
I want to. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
can
trying to
I overhear this as well?
The humming, it does like repeat itself. It's definitely like it, and the muttering is definitely like it's like he's trying to grasp the words of like a poem or something, but he can't quite get it. But like when you
a song and you can't remember what song it is.
when you look at him, it's not even really a face of like someone who's trying to like think of like, ooh, this is a nice song. He looks like he's trying to remember something.
I am ritually casting comprehend language as we walk to see if I can comprehend your poem.
He starts speaking in
That works.
gibberish.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. So you are avoiding Dragon's Rest, continuing on. path
yeah.
you took before towards the observatory. You guys know this path. What's everyone's passive perception, right quick?
10.
16.
Also 16.
Nice. The 16. Nikari and Peverell. As you are walking along this path that you just traveled the day before, you notice that there has been it looks like the trees along the path here. A couple of them have been kind of hastily chopped. I don't want to say chopped down, but yeah, I guess so. It looks like branches and arms or whatever. Parts of the trees have been harvested, I guess. It was not like this just yesterday when you were here.
Does it look like tool marks or claw marks? If I was to look at the base of where a branch might have been.
Or
Give me
dragon
an investigation
marks.
check.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder, and my eyes will glow this gray mist, and I say, "Here, let me guide you."
Wow.
And I will give you guidance, and your eyesight just kind of clears up a little bit. You can start seeing details that you couldn't before.
Oh, I like that.
Holy cow. It's going pretty good. 22.
Nice.
Wowzers. You see, actually, a mixture of both. It looks like there are claws here, ripping off branches or cutting down the trees. But it looks like for, the bigger branches, they were actually using tools. Yeah, you see that it's both, claws and, clean cuts of tools.
Can I place my claws up against the claw marks to see if it is kobold-sized claws or dragon-sized claws?
They are kobold-sized.
I will let Nikari see that.
Do we think they're doing something at the monastery, or do we think that Sparkrender sent his kobolds here for something?
I don't think the kobolds at the monastery are likely to be doing work.
I mean,
they do have little jobs. They help fish and help Tarek with
My
the
bad.
stuff.
Mila
But
seems
no, it's totally in
interested
character. for
building.
Sassuro to say that. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but not this close to the observatory. I don't think Mila would want to come even slightly close after her brother.
We could have barricaded the towers.
What made a really big fire?
Or that.
Sassuro sort of nods confidently to himself, certain that they were really cold. That's where he's at.
Alright, so, who is, I guess, leading the way? And can I have a perception check from that? Are you all walking side by side?
If it's okay,
It's not really wide enough for that. But
whoever is leading, the unseen servant is in front with a blanket over his shoulders for the next hour as we get closer, just so that if anyone leaps out and strikes, they'll not hit us. But Sassuro's at the back.
Sorry. The unseen servant is in front of who's leading, or are they
in front of who's sort of maybe 10 feet out in front.
Okay,
just
got it.
so that if somebody gets hit, it's that. But yeah, Sassuro is at the back.
Unless anyone else has any objections, Morthos usually always leads whatever he's doing in terms of exploring.
I can
/
be
fighting.
pretty sneaky, so I could be near the front or to the side.
Sure, I'll be in the middle one.
Okay. So, Nikari's on the side. Unseen Servant, followed by Morthos, Peverell, and then Sassuro. Nikari, Nikari and Morthos. You guys can give me perception checks
With advantage.
with advantage. Thank you for remembering, because I sure didn't.
Dirty 20 again.
Wow.
I rolled 2 17s.
My goodness.
Nice.
Plus 0.
You all both see the moment before the unseen servant steps onto a conspicuous patch of like leaves and shrubbery on the ground. And then just a moment later it disappears as it falls into a pit.
Pitfall trap.
Sassuro.
And
Oh, does the blanket get lost?
you can look inside the pit.
I'll head over to the pit and see if I can reach to mage hand the blanket out.
You can see the bottom. It is not very deep. And you see that these little like spikes, wooden spikes have been put in there. Your blanket is just across the top of these spikes.
Great, yeah.
From this little spike trap.
I will mage hand the blanket out, and that's why we do that. Do we want to carry on, or do you want to wait 10 minutes for me to summon another decoy?
I think we wait. This is a great job you're doing, Sassuro.
Thank you.
It is.
Don't worry, he doesn't get hurt.
We'll try to keep an eye out now to hopefully avoid you having to redo it over and over again. Yeah,
I see. Is during this 10 minutes, can we be looking around for maybe something knows its trap that's set off and it's coming back? Just keeping an eye out.
Yeah,
Interesting.
sure. Give me. So you guys are not moving forward. You're just looking around.
Yeah, like just for 10 minutes while Sassuro. Are you ritually casting this, James?
Yeah. There is no way I'm spending a spell on an unseen servant.
I wasn't sure you could.
Actually, to be fair, I can't even do that. Neither of my rituals are actually prepared. None of my rituals are actually prepared. They're just they're just
Fair
wizardry.
enough. Yeah, give me a
What kind of
perception check.
is-
Whoever's looking around during this 10 minutes. With advantage.
13.
22.
Wow.
19.
Okay. Just looking around, you don't see any kind of like reaction or anyone running out to check the trap. But with the 19 and 22, a little further ahead, like down the road, you can see a poorly disguised like tripwire.
I don't think they were making a bonfire.
So where are we? Because we already went. So this is a
You
couple of
guys
different
are-
places we haven't been before.
We're on Stormwreck Isle, Morthos.
No, this is the exact path you guys took yesterday.
So this is all brand new stuff then, because this wasn't here yesterday.
It's the woods that they deforestificated.
Okay. I have an
There's
idea.
another trap up ahead.
Shoot it with an arrow.
Go round it, Roland. I'll tell the new unseen servant with his blanket.
Has his name always been Roland?
No, it changes every time.
So every unseen servant's a different guy.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Sometimes they're girls. He's not genderist.
Okay, yeah, fair. I love
So-
It's
that.
definitely called
Can I name the
sexist,
next-
but whatever.
Can I name the next one, Sassuro?
Yeah, but you have to understand that they will die, and even if they last the whole hour,
That's okay.
so you have to be ready to accept their deaths.
That's okay. I know it's fake. It's just for fun.
Like a pet goldfish.
Yeah, pretty much. A pet goldfish you throw at walls to see if they're real. Yes.
Oh, terrible.
Exactly. So not really a pet goldfish at all. Yeah, cool. I'll walk it round.
So
the
you're
traps.
carrying on. Oh, I like this diagram.
Yeah, that's formation. That's Team Stormborn right there.
Okay. So yeah, pointing out that tripwire, you guys are able to avoid it
Ooh.
easily.
Can we
Or do you want
disarm
to
it? Can I attempt to disarm? Maybe. Can I ask Nikari if we could attempt to disarm it? The plan being obviously that the two of us are going to between us gain thieves' tools at some point, because
I love that.
Belderan isn't going to be with us like ever again.
No.
I
Well,
mean,
you
we can
didn't
try,
ask
but-
her, but she does. Say
We
she-
did ask her to teach us, and then she stayed
Oh, no, I mean, you didn't
mooning
ask her to
after her
come
loved
with
one. Oh yeah, there is that.
As Sassuro has
Nikari,
interpreted
do you
it.
think we could disarm this so that it doesn't hurt some sort of small forest creature or something?
I think we could, but we might want to wait. If we survive what we're about to head into, I'd rather not be... Trying to disarm this kind of puts us in the way. I'd rather not.
Okay.
I'm sure no forest creatures will cross it.
Alright, squirrels are clever. Not curious.
Yeah, it is not hidden super well. Like, it does
Okay.
look like it was put together in a hurry.
We're gonna come back later and there'll just be a deer. It's just gonna be so traumatic.
I hope that Nikari will experience the full range of guilt should that happen. Sassuro will not.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, carrying on. Give me one more perception check. You guys can see the observatory in the distance now. You have avoided the traps so far, and you're getting close.
14.
Ooh, nat 20,
23.
26.
Nice.
Wow. Fantastic. Peverell, you see movement in the shrubs. You see a bit of blue. And with your nat 20, you can tell that it is the hastily painted on blue on some kobold scales. It is not true blue scales. There are a couple kobolds in the shrubs, it looks like, watching your approach. Maybe preparing to ambush you. They have a couple weapons out.
I will whisper to the ones closer to me. They're in the bushes.
And
Sounded
I
scary.
think Sassuro say, I think we should pretend not to have noticed.
But then they'll just jump out at us.
That's okay. Roland will take the blow.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if we just yell at them that we know they're there, we might have to not even worry about fighting them. We can just-
Or they might throw spears at us. That's what my
While I'm
cousins would have
sneaking through
done.
the woods.
I think if they attack Roland, then we can tell them that we saw through their paltry tricks, and they should join the righteous side of Adron. Or
Let's do it
something.
then. Start rolling forward.
Yeah, and I will have Roland turn back to us briefly. And then I will minor illusion from him a voice that says, "Coast's clear." And then, and then have him continue onwards.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
So should I ready an attack if they attack? Or no?
No, I don't think we should attack them. I think we should command them to lay down their weapons.
Oh, I like
I don't
that.
have that spell.
Me neither.
Someone
Just-
does.
Just shout loudly. And
Oh, I
they'll
can do
be
that,
scared.
okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I genuinely,
hiding.
as James, I think you should ready thaumaturgy, not
That's
an attack.
that's exactly what I'm doing.
Nikari's hiding.
Yeah, I'm hiding in the woods.
Sneaky
Just walking
beaky.
alongside the party.
Yeah, give me a stealth check right quick. Peverell, you can see they definitely have like spotted you all in the road, but Nikari was on the side already.
Yep.
Thank goodness for the boots. 18.
You've got clever boots.
you're-
Oh yeah, we gave those to you.
there
That
was
did happen.
this whole,
Yes.
a whole debate over who should get these boots, and Nikari's putting them to good use. They, you can see, have their eyes focused on the boys on the road there, and yeah, they don't see you coming at all. Nikari.
I think I would have noticed the voice from the invisible servant. So I'm just gonna wait and not do anything.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. It's so stupid. It just seems so silly.
I have thaumaturgy readied for the second they jump out.
Okay, so you guys are continuing on with this ruse.
Perhaps now
this
15
lie.
foot behind Roland. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to move my legs, but I'm not moving forward. I'm walking in place as the servant keeps going forward.
All right, yeah, the servant is very noticeable moving forward. And as it gets to just about in the, just right in front of these guys on the road, you see they rush out and start yipping and attack. You hear in Draconic, they are yelling, "Stay away from Lord Sparkrender!" as they run up and swing their weapons, and just all of them swarm and beat the hell out of the unseen servant.
If that blanket is torn, I will steal one from their hides.
It might be
Where to
torn.
go off now?
I'm gonna have to buy
Yeah,
a lot of blankets.
what were you preparing to say as they ran out to
I
attack?
boom. It's a very loud boom. They don't even know what you're on for. From saying,
Mhm.
you fools! We saw right past your lame hold trap and your lame tripwire. You think we actually sent one of us forward to get attacked by you? You are attacking an incorporeal fake being. Now stand
What?
down.
What? You see them all looking around at this explanation as you.
Morthos is standing back there with his arms folded, unimpressed.
Hey, they saw right through us. You see they're pointing up their weapons now at you guys and saying, "Stay away from Lord Sparkrender. The ritual is nigh. You won't be allowed to interrupt it."
I will
If
come out
you were
behind
so
them onto the
great-
path with my bow drawn. Just behind them because they're facing away from me, so I'm just standing there.
I will very quietly say to
They
Morthos, tell them to lay down their weapons or they'll die.
Lay down your weapons or you will die. We already made it to the statue. We already know how to open the bridge to get across. Just stand down and you will
No.
be safe. You think painting yourselves blue? Are these guys blue?
They are. Actually, give me a perception check real quick.
With
But
advantage.
just with advantage. But just at a glance, they are indeed blue.
16.
Okay, you see, there are 4 of them. So 3 are regular old kobolds who are clearly painted blue, and you see one is one of those winged kobolds who looks actually naturally blue, and it seems to be the leader of this little band, and is the one who's kind of bossing the others around.
So you think painting yourselves blue makes you worthy? Following this little wimp, as I point at the real one. Just stand down, or you will die.
I do what he
Okay.
says.
Ooh!
Ooh, sneak attack
Oh,
with
shit.
voice.
Morthos actually
Wow.
says, ooh.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check with advantage. Morthos, as
Yeah, cool.
Nikari is terrifying these guys, showing up out of nowhere.
22.
Jesus.
Nice.
You see the
Oh boy.
painted kobolds. As Nikari steps out, they yip and kind of turn and drop their weapons. You see, these guys clearly don't look very used to combat. These look like more of maybe the monastery kobolds.
Can I send them a message?
Yes.
I will just say to them, in Draconic, if you return to the monastery, you'll be forgiven. Lord Adron is coming.
You see
He is mighty
the painted kobolds look up at the actual blue flying kobold, who is looking down on them and saying, you guys are going to be intimidated just like that." You see he's trying to maintain this kind of tough command of the situation, but is also clearly scared, especially of Nikari with the bow, who could just shoot him out of the sky. And
Mila
the other
is
kobolds.
waiting.
Oh, wow. When you say that, you see one of the kobolds, the painted ones, turns to you and says, They'll forgive us. Mila will forgive us.
Yes, and so shall we. Come back home.
The 3 of them drop their weapons and run off past you. And the
Watch
winged
for your
one...
tripwire.
Oh, right. Thanks for the reminder. They scurry off. The winged one you see is going to try and fly in the opposite direction towards the observatory.
Does he have Any sort of
That way.
clothing that's near the ground, pants, cape, anything. Because I kind of like to try to pin him to the ground with an arrow.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, he's wearing like a little shitty robe. Yeah, go ahead. Give me an attack roll to try and pin his cloak.
Holy cow, that's
Can
a
I?
26.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh my
You're fine.
goodness.
I was gonna try and give you advantage, but you have nailed it.
He turns to fly away and is immediately stopped by his little robe being pinned to the ground. He says, "You all just wait. When Sparkrender hears about this, it's gonna be over for you." This one still seems very loyal to
The
Sparkrender.
reign of Sparkrender is ended. The reign of Lord Adron has begun.
That will never happen. Adron will be destroyed, and Sparkrender will take control of this island.
I would like to use a combination of prestidigitation and minor illusion to sort of like make myself glow a little bit with the prestidigitation, like little sparks of bronze around me. And then with the minor illusion, I like minor illusion on the front of me, like bright bronze scaling. And I will say, "Are you really prepared to die for your Wyrmling?"
Give me an intimidation check, Sassuro.
Well, I rolled decently, but I'm pretty sure I have about 4 charisma. No, I have 8. That's good. So it is a 12.
You see this winged kobold turns and scoffs down at you and says, "Any of the Red Hand would be willing to die for our lords, the dragons!" And he makes like this weird kind of hand symbol, like puts his hand like straight up, looking very like intense about like the way he's talking about this. Give me, Sassuro, give me a quick history check.
That one.
Nothing's happening then. Carry on.
Yeah, as I look at him, I will sort of shake my head and say, "What a waste! And shouldn't it be the blue hand?" And then I will turn to Peverell, Morthos, and Nikari and say, "I don't think there's any hope for this one."
Sassuro, he
I'm
has
up.
made his choice, and I will fire off a celestial burst at him.
Oh, not
Sassuro
climb up.
nods
Okay.
really sadly
Okay.
and will minor illusion a target on his chest.
Jesus!
Does that give us advantage?
Like 3 red circles.
Give me no. We're not going to be in combat, but we're going to roll a quick initiative to see if this guy can free himself and fly away before you guys kill him.
Do you know what I was going to do when he started flying away? I was going to minor illusion a brick wall in front of him mid-air.
I think there's no way he's going before anyone, so
I agree.
he got a 3.
17.
He
Yeah,
got a
17.
3. I don't need to add anything.
22.
Yeah, okay, so with that, you
I have
guys
no idea
are-
why I'm going to go first, because I'm not doing anything, but the target arrives before everything else does.
Yeah, exactly. That
Makes
is you agreeing with Peverell's plan. Yeah, so he was dead last in initiative. You guys, we don't need to go into combat.
Tassro
for
looks
this one,
incredibly
Kobold.
sad.
But yeah, he will fight to the death.
Once
And
we
the
have,
death he shall have.
once we defeat him, I will say to Peverell, he didn't find forgiveness in life, but you can help him find forgiveness in death.
Aw.
I kneel down and place a hand over the kobold's forehead, and I begin casting Bless the Dead as this grey smoke begins to kind of envelop the body. That is up to him, Sassuro. That is up to him.
I hope he can find the right path. I hope that he's the only one who will die for this stupidity.
I'm gonna kneel down.
At least he was loyal to a cause, even if it's the wrong one. And then I'll ritual cast Unseen Servant. Say to Morthos, you can name this one.
Pop back up.
How's that blanket? It's fucked, right?
They all ran out with their shitty little swords, and yeah, it's kind of been torn to shreds.
What was the winged kobold wearing?
Wings.
You notice he had actual real wings.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was not the one wearing those fake ones. But he was dressed a bit more like he was actually wearing like armor, whereas these guys were more casual.
Okay.
Like the other kobolds you saw on the at the cloister. Yeah, this guy looked actually prepared for battle.
I don't suppose by any
Should have some sort of
bizarre
robe.
circumstance someone has mending.
Well, you see, I wanted to take it, but someone told me that I shouldn't take it
Shittest
because it's
cantrip of the
useless.
planet. It is
Wow. No, it's not. I
Be a
get so much
shitty
use out of
cloak.
mending. There's always
It's
shit
a
breaking in
minute
D&D.
cast.
Ignore
So
that.
It's awesome.
Ignore
I
that,
ignore that.
Jesus. Great, well, glad. If the DM ignores the cast time, Josh, you should take it.
Yeah, you can cast it in 6
You
seconds.
should live with your holy cloak.
Holy cloak! Holy cow.
Were you saying something, Nikari?
Sorry.
If I was, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
that's
I will
okay.
put the tattered cloak over the next one and ask Morthos what it should be called.
Oh, the next servant.
Next time he's a servant, he's gonna look at you with a smile. Call him George.
Oh, no, George again. Let him die.
I'll look to you and is that George the First or George the Fifth?
That would have been such a good line to end on.
I mean,
lost count.
But actually,
I do actually want to
yeah.
say something quickly to Sassuro, actually.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna kneel down, like, in front of Sassuro, and say, I know you don't like all the kobolds at the monastery, but you saw the way those three chose to go back. They proved that maybe they're all good. You should give them a chance, even if you're scared. It's okay.
I'll keep giving them chances. They proved as their loyalty can be bought by fear.
Touche.
I can't argue with that.
There's hope for them yet.
With this method you guys are using to spot the traps, you are able to make it the rest of the way to
Does
the Cliff
George make
Top
it?
Observatory. George probably dies like once or twice more.
Wait, he can't die
There are
twice.
definitely.
If George dies, then George II
You're
will
right.
die, after which I shall name the next one Fuchsia.
Oh,
Much
wow. My favorite deer on Animal
Much better.
Crossing. And at which point you guys are finally able to approach the observatory. You see things are different here, a bit busier. I'll just put you there on this map.
Why do I have temp HP every time we load, Mikayla? Very confused.
I wish I could tell you. Because I don't know.
I think my base token has temp HP.
Okay, I'll delete it and update
Yeah,
the
it does.
default.
Nothing
I
looks
don't know.
different to me.
I just have a green bar above my head every time we load.
So you all can see there are like there's definitely some noise, like a commotion happening within the observatory, and you see some beautiful swirling colors from within the center spire here. How do you approach? Do you approach?
But say it
Do we
again,
see
but the
any
sun is bright.
signs of Adron?
Oh, great question. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to do anything until we see our friend. Well, 3 of our friends and Nikari's co-worker.
Enemy.
22.
Co-worker!
Oh.
Coworker.
That's even better
You-
than petulant child.
You see, kind of in the distance, Adron is over like the rocky, like shoals area where the shipwrecks are. It looks like he is has been circling a little bit, trying not to be noticed and waiting to see if you guys are there. And he catches your eye as he passes by Nikari. And begin charging in.
Oh,
Turn off this
I pull out the key.
music.
Mm.
Here, I'll just put on some battle music for this last 5 seconds as you guys are rushing in.
I knew Galvin was sus. That's
Nope.
not 30 feet. He can't misty step there.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. I would obviously send Fuchsia first. And I will say to my friends, I think this is a fight for Grogak. And
For what?
Grogak. And
So-
if it is okay, Mikayla, prior to us charging across, Grogak will make his appearance.
Oh, you want to summon your
Yeah.
Oh, that's
guy.
So it's silent image. It lasts 10 minutes. And once he's down, I will do a little sort of wall cry as Grogak with minor illusion as he begins to charge across. But of course, Fuchsia will go first. My hope is that
Just a tattered blanket going across this bridge with a big hulking giant.
no, the idea is like I wanna have the unseen servant crouch down and run, so it looks like it's like a cloaked rogue sprinting ahead.
Oh, okay, I like that. I see your
And then
vision.
and then the Grand Barbarian is charging in with his Warhammer raised, and then we're just scurrying behind him. Hopefully they can't see us behind him because we're in the shadow of.
Okay, so first of all, you put the key in the statue. Morthos, you did that?
Yes, I do.
Peverell? Whoever did it.
Yes.
Okay, as you insert this little hexagonal piece, it fits perfectly. You see magical light starts to spark in both of the statue's mouths on this side and the opposite side. And you see a shimmering bridge of this iridescent energy.
Oh, it's like we're in
That is sick.
what's it called? Odin's place in Thor. That
Valhalla?
bridge. Yeah, that bridge.
Oh,
That comes
yeah.
The
across.
Rainbow Bridge.
Bifrost?
Three movie TV references in one night.
Asgard?
Yes.
That's really good, actually.
That's really cool.
So the
And just to confirm, okay,
Unseen
the
servants
swirling
leading
light
the way?
was over there.
yes, the swirling lights are coming from like the center of the center pillar
Yep.
or room, whatever.
Nova, I choose you. I throw my Pokeball and Nova flies over there.
Okay, so the unseen servant is rushing across first like a dashing rogue. Jesus. You see from the little bridge here, peeking out, a kobold gets a nat 20 on his little short bow, and the unseen servant collapses. Or rather, the tattered blanket collapses, but
Great.
lands safely on the bridge. And you see a couple more little arrow shots are kind of plinking impotently through your boy. But you guys are able to make it to the door unimpeded.
Cool.
And as you enter, I'll describe what you see. Is it open? There it is. It's open. You see... Oh, do I have his picture here? Because it's very funny. You see that kind of... It's kind of a rotunda area. You see that there are kind of elegant statues. They look like they've been damaged kind of recently. These pillars. At the center is a large sculpture of like planets and stars circling. And you see several of these little dragon bone effigies, basically. There are 5 of them strewn about the room. I'll put them on the map for next time. But there are 5. And you see back at the other edge of the room.
Is that a Nidoran?
Himself.
No! We can't kill that!
There he is. And let me update his
Yes,
name because you
we
know his
can.
name.
Yes, Render
Dark
Breath.
Render. Render breath.
Oh, it's
And as he
adorable.
Ah! You pests will not stand in my way. I will claim the might of my ancestors. You see, some sort of ritual is underway. Colors begin to swirl. And right at that moment, Lord Adron himself will burst into the ceiling and say, oh god, my Roll20's freaking out. Your tyranny of dragons ends on now, today. Shit.
He said it.
He said
He said the
And we will see how this resolves next time.
Just to clarify, the unseen servant's dead. Yeah.
It's super dead. Yeah.
Cool. You will see as we're scurrying across the bridge in formation, looking grand. Sassuro will pick up the blanket on the way. He's determined that he's going to need more blankets at some point. Maybe we'll pick them up from this dragon's horde at the end.
Yeah, but your silent image, they were wasting all their time shooting at it, so you guys are able to safely cross the bridge.
And I would have it sort of thud backwards a few times to look like it had been hit by arrows as it's charging across, just so that they might think it's still real.
Oh. Yeah, so you see I forgot to mention, you also see one kobold standing out amongst the rest.
Is it Miko? It's Meek. Oh, we will have words with him next session.
Milo's brother, the man himself.
Brother, yes.
Cool.
But we will resolve that next time, folks. That is where we will call it for the night.
Cool.
Did the music ever come on? 'Cause I didn't hear it.
Music's been on all
I have
session.
music.
It's been playing.
I didn't relate.
Alrighty then. Why don't we move on to MVPs?
What the fuck just happened?
My Roll20's freaking out too. It's got
I
double
refreshed
tokens of
Roll20 and
everybody.
it put me in a different campaign.
It's like
Well,
you're done
that-
playing now. James, why don't you go first?
I've got quite a few, but I think I came to meet a dragon and I met a petulant child. Was a beautiful line. That was fabulous, Elora. But also just Mikayla, the general pacing and outlook of Adron, like I loved that he acted like a mighty ancient golden dragon roaming amongst his riches, and accepting his subjects whilst also being puny and fairly pathetic, if we're honest. But
He
like just
is.
generally, like
He's
the way
only
you
probably
even,
like 5 years old.
you even pace his token around, and you often described him like hiding his. I just think you played him really, really well. He was a really compelling character.
Thank you. I like
Rather
Adron a
petulant
lot.
child.
I was excited for you to meet him. No, he's definitely meant to come off as talking very big.
It is.
Matt.
This has been a lot of fun so far.
Thank you.
For level 2, this is kind of wild.
Oh yeah, you guys are
Um,
going to face the dragon at level 2, baby. We're
Yeah,
not
this
wasting
is
time in
great.
this campaign.
Yeah, I really loved our new dragon friend, and I loved Nikari's hatred for it. And I'm very curious, because we still don't actually know anything about Nikari, I feel like. I'm very curious to know what the hell's going on there with this whole dragon thing.
She was sent by the listener beneath.
Yeah, like, what the fuck does that mean?
She's been
I'm
pretty
sent
open
by
and
the-
honest compared to some people.
I was sent by the denier above. It's just words to me. Yeah, so. Then we have what's his name over there? Peverell. He refuses to say a word.
He's committed.
Yeah, he's committed grand larceny and stole a horn. Yeah, good job, everyone.
Josh.
Yeah, I really liked shit, I'm forgetting his name now. I really
Adron.
liked, yes, thank you, Lord Adron. I really liked how he interacted with us individually, like snuffing us out, trying to get a sense of who we are as people. Based on how we smell, I thought that was really a really cool way of kind of introducing him to us and how he thinks and how he goes about, deeming who's worthy and not. I just really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Elora.
I'm going kind of last, so I have a bunch that I'm gonna take.
Go ahead.
Like everybody said, Adron, and I liked it, but especially the very beginning where he greeted us and he was all confident, and then Morthos bowed to him and he was like, "Oh, yes."
Yeah.
I am stealing Render Breath because that was
The art software.
incredible.
Render breath.
A little one, I absolutely love the energy bridge.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's a
very
little
cool.
thing,
Yeah.
but it's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
All of us getting to know each other, and Peverell's humming, which I'm looking forward to finding more about.
Yeah, I will say I am enjoying how you guys are getting to know each other, little bit by little bit. How you take the time to ask each other stuff, even if you're being secretive, and just, try to get to know more about each other. I really enjoyed how sus you all were of Galvin not being there for the comment.
Oh, I forgot
And-
my fucking MVP.
Did you have another one?
Yes, it was Jirachi flying across the sky.
Oh, we didn't get to put a wish on it. Oh man.
Oh, don't worry, it's still
That was
there.
literally my number one MVP too.
Finding out Sassuro wants to fall in love is so cute. I had no idea. I had no idea about
form of
this.
marriage. I didn't really know about it either, Mikayla. Don't worry about it.
It's
I
fun,
came to the
right?
realization today
The
that
birds and the
that's
bees.
a thing.
Yeah, and that Birds and the Bees talk him and Peverell had.
Mm.
And I really liked that whole moment where Morthos said he would tell everyone his secret, and then Sassuro said, "Peverell, will you tell us after
No.
we do this and that and this?" No. It was so
beautiful.
perfect.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked our chat about fish
Mhm.
and breakfasts. I love this long-term goal Sassuro has of helping Nikari taste good food
Aw,
again.
I love that too.
Also, Mikayla, your kobold voices are fucking great. They're so adorable.
Dragon
and-
voices are great.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been all so well voiced, and you named the unseen servant George. That had to be mentioned.
Boo.
I really liked that. Call him
Yeah.
George. We should have ended
I'm going to do a different voice for every unseen servant as well, just for the hell of it.
I liked
When I
the
might illusion
voice.
them. But yeah,
I
that is,
really liked that.
Unless there's anything
Mhm.
else, Mikayla, that is where
Nope,
we're going to end.
that's
If you
it.
guys would like to say goodbye,
Goodbye.
Bye.
we shall see you soon.